Hey, it's Russ Payne with Robo and Public Radio. We're playing Atomic Robo, the finale after a short, very brief interlude between sessions. So we were in the Tuscan village.
Ross, your new robotic body is very, very nice looking.
Yes, as we live in the grimdark, dystopian, cyberpunk future
of 1921.
Of 1908, not of 2000, in the year 2000. Sorry.
2000.
No, but actually,
by 1980.
So, although I will preface this because, despite the fact that you said it was short, it has been at least 2 weeks. So, we will.
It's been like a month.
Yeah,
it's more like a month.
Things are at that point. So, hopefully, there will be no other continuity errors on my part. However, if there are, I'm just going to say time travel.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
Yithian did it.
So, but
did it.
But this will be but the fighting scientists of Tesladyne are at their final confrontation, in which I do give you now the full title of this campaign, which has been The Shadow of Alan.
Ooh.
So let's see. What I last remember was we were in the sub.
Well,
we went back in time.
Yeah, what did happen previously in the previous issue? You had managed to track down the odd energy signal to a cavern laboratory off the coast of Iceland, and found out that there was apparently other scientist who were under Alan's thrall, pulling energy and storing it and shipping it back to Tesladyne Island from a Odic field force that was being generated not only by crystalline skulls that were stored in this cavern, but were being catalyzed by the
Undead Edison.
Yeah, well, Undead Edison, as the book will put. But his incorporeal spectral form somehow was catalyzing a reaction in those skulls, providing the energy that was needed. You managed to disrupt it, and also inadvertently releasing him at the same time, which he was very angry and decided to go ahead and bring down the entire facility around you. You got into the automated sub in time, but unfortunately the Odic field that surrounded the sub seems to have knocked everything offline, and when you woke up, you were not underwater. In fact, you were in a field out about 20 miles outside of Lawrence, Kansas, as the FBI and very much alive Dr. Nikola Tesla have informed you of.
All right, you get out of that submarine, see?
So,
watch out for that Adolf Hitler.
He's a bad egg.
Yeah.
I literally, today I listened to, there's a clip on YouTube, somebody digitized an audio recording phonograph recording from 1885 that is the first known use recording of a profanity in the world, in the history of the man. Because they're saying, Mary had a little lamb. And then the guy messed up his lines. Like, Mary had a little oh, fuck. Let me start over.
That's important for archive.org to have that.
Yeah, no, it's on YouTube, too. So, oh, fuck.
That is part of human history now.
Exactly.
No, it's been verified. Thank you, Edison, as always. But yeah, you've been able. You've woken up. You've now met Dr. Nikola Tesla. So he has introduced himself. Although he is very shocked to find not only a very high, a very advanced submersible in the middle of the United States, but also also finding that there are other human scientists and not so human scientists within his.
What
as
human
well.
scientist? Besides, there's just one human scientist.
It's because I'm such an advanced android. You mistook me for a human. I mean, remember, that's how I'm engineered. I'm clearly a human.
Dr. Tesla.
Well, about this time, though, you hear a knock as we're picking right back up where you left off, where he introduced you. And introduced himself. You're knocking on there. Agent looks over.
Hey, Dr.
Tesla, is everything okay in there? Yes. We just have some unexpected visitors, although I don't think they mean us any harm. Well, I assume you would if you would.
Maybe you should go out first.
Well, with the I'm sorry, I haven't gotten your names or. Do your friends speak?
Yes. We're speaking right now.
I would love to speak.
Of course we are speaking.
But people keep interrupting me.
Oh, okay. So, it's nice to know into the German accent. That's interesting.
Yeah.
From that and
Wunderbar. Yeah.
and I apologize. I don't recognize the cat species that your pet belongs to.
And Siberian tiger.
So
He is Siberian tiger.
I wonder if I must be giving those hollow Earth theories a little more look at this
No,
point.
those are terrible.
So,
Dr. Tesla, allow me to explain. No, there's no time. Allow me to summarize. We worked for your organization
My God.
from the future.
My God,
We've been,
did you just do
I'm talking
You
here.
just did a little Princess Bride there, didn't you?
I'm talking here. We don't have time. We don't have time.
Yes, we do.
We work for your organization in the future. We've been thrown back in the past through the use of weird technology harnessed by your rival, Dr. Edison, who is now an undead force.
Maybe when Tesla hisses.
Now, I know that this sounds absolutely crazy, but I can prove that what I am telling you is true. Just by what I know about you, sir.
That's actually not well. Anyway, sorry.
well, Tesla looks at you for a second. Well, I could already tell that. Well, I appreciate your candor, Mr.
Yes, it would be Mr. You can call me Mr. Smith, because I don't exist now. That means neither do my credentials.
Oh! I
Well,
do
that
exist.
depends on the version, what time travel we're using. We could be in a parallel universe, in which case your credentials still exist, just in the other universe.
That's right. My credentials do exist.
Well,
While Miskatonic University does exist, I'm not sure if Transylvania Polygnostic is actually an accredited university now.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, what if we're not? It's not a
But I do
whim,
have
but
dual
where? We could be
PhDs,
in
and I would be
another
doctor.
place.
all right,
But-
David, you're getting a fate point as I am compelling. Do you suffer from short-term memory loss?
Dun, dun, dun.
As you do say that you are Mr. Smith, but you clearly have a lab coat on that still says Tesla, like Helsingard stitched out, Tesladyne, Dr. Melvont. And I look her, and he looks at, well, I would believe you though, but for the fact that you seem to have a little error on your coat that says Dr. Malevolent.
Malevolent.
My mistake.
I saw
Certain pronunciations elude me.
it completely eludes
Do you know
me.
David Bowie plays you in a movie?
I'm not aware of this, Mr. Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
You will.
But
You definitely.
Not really.
But you say Tesladyne. This is
Actually, I'll hand him my ID card, which I still have.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not in a parallel universe, we're causing all kinds of paradoxes in time.
Well, perhaps we are doing things that must happen.
Yeah.
well. That might also attribute for some of the other things that have been happening recently. Would you accompany me out, outside?
Absolutely.
How else do you explain Kansas all of a sudden getting interesting?
I'm sorry,
Well,
Kansas listeners.
there is.
I'm sorry, Kansas listeners, for your very, very
Well, you know,
flat
that
state.
does
So-
point out something. That does bring something to mind.
There is good things there, but it's a
We
flat
haven't been
state. Anyway.
unconscious long enough
So-
to suffer any kind of brain damage, otherwise the rest of you would be showing signs of it, which means that Tesla was either already here for some reason, which is why we need to get out of here now, or somehow the good doctor was alerted to the fact that we were coming. Either way, I assume that he knows a lot more information.
Yes. Let's go.
So we go.
But no, everybody else out. Hold on just for a second.
Yes, I don't
Gentlemen, Agent Phillips. Yes, I would please these gentlemen and others have said that they are not a threat. I would appreciate if your weapons are held down. Do you understand? Your men stand down.
You should totally go first.
Dr. Tesla, are you
Actually,
absolutely
Dr. Tesla
sure?
is going to go first.
So,
I'm going
and
to follow
actually,
him.
everybody else can go ahead and make a quick nose check just for fun.
Yay, rolling dice.
Dice.
and lives.
4, 5. 5.
5. All right. So basically,
5, yeah.
So everybody got a 4?
I only got a 3.
Okay, so everybody... But,
I see nothing.
Okay, so you can point it out to David if you want to, but you can make the choice. But as you're looking past Tesla, because again, this is the sub's on its side, so you're kind of having to crawl out that way, where it would have been normally sideways. But as you see Tesla leaning over, you notice that through his vest, because he has an overcoat, he has a blazer on and a vest.
Dude, he's a snazzy dresser.
You also see that there is some sort of other mechanical, metallic vest underneath it, and he also seems to have charge plates around the palms leading down that you didn't notice before just because his hands were turned the other way and that wasn't your first concern.
Because of course you have that.
Andy, I'll say if you make a successful mechanical engineering roll, you can identify what that is.
But then the Leviathan attacked. Jesus.
God, has Project Fluffy not eaten in a while?
Actually,
That is exactly what happened.
nor has the dinosaur.
A 6?
Yeah.
You actually know that very well from the Tesladyne records. That is Tesla's famed telluric suit. One of the things that he used to physically utilize alternating current as a weapon in propulsion.
Did he make it in a cave with a box of scraps?
No, he actually made it in a laboratory with. And fought against other scientific and supernatural threats across the world.
Lame.
So, but no, he do have.
And providing a magician with a machine he very clearly had.
But that's but also that's another machine that you would absolutely love to see as well. So,
Are you trying to compel something?
So possibly in the future. So, but we will see.
I'm a robot.
Eventually,
you're a robot.
Eventually, suck it long, Ross.
Actually, if you want to, if you decide to, you will have to badger him. So I will compel. I will go ahead and compel. What's your science skill? Sorry,
engineering. Survive.
What's your science mode?
You say self-repair mode. Is that your?
I don't
mechanical?
know. I don't remember my sheet. Why would you?
It's been 10 years since we played the last session.
Self-repair mode. I don't know why I put that there.
Okay, so you will be bugging him incessantly about this until you get more knowledge. So,
because he might be an android too, and not the real Nikola Tesla.
So
I've got my own Tesla.
It's a possibility, but he emerges from there. He assures you that it's fine. So you're able to crawl out. It is. From the light, it is blinding light around you, so it takes your eyes a minute to adjust. But as you go out there, you see that you're in a very vast open wheat field.
Okay.
Obviously, campus is plain. It's a cloudless day. The sun is beating. It's really hot and uncomfortable. It's probably
Dude,
about.
I'm a reptile. I like.
So it's probably about 80 in the shade. So
okay. I'm going to
Ah.
ask Tesla.
Wait, aren't your batteries?
As you get out, you see that there are there are various agents around pulling up weapons immediately when they see Fluffy and
Jurgen.
And Jurgen. Although Tesla is calming them down, trying to say, no, they are friendly. If they would have attacked, they would have done it already.
Already commando crawling through the wheat. I already declared it.
It's like Guten Tag, mein Freund.
You are. Well, hold on just for a second.
I'm not holding on.
Well,
they're pointing guns. I'm getting away. When all else fails, leg it.
Nothing failed yet, David. Okay.
All right, David. So,
hi, David.
Then you're crawling away. Is everybody else staying?
Yes.
I'm saying hello.
He told them repeatedly, no need for guns, and they're pointing them. So clearly they're not listening.
Well, dude,
now, are they?
We're not shooting.
Well, perhaps later we go, hey, we're American federal agents from the early 20th century. Pointing guns at people is kind of just what we do.
All right, then make a stealth check. See if you can get past them.
That is my stealth at 3.
3. You needed to make a 5 because 1, the corn around the area had been sufficiently flattened by the submarine
I wasn't
appearing in
diving into
midair.
the corn. I was diving into the wheat, which is ubiquitous. Apparently,
It's a wheat field. It
He did
is
say
some sort
wheat
of
first.
Oh, is it a wheat or a cornfield?
wheat field. Sorry.
Okay.
But it's
There's
a
a
wheat
world
field.
of difference between those two things.
Okay.
That's a mistake on my part. Fine, but no, it is. They are surrounding you. They are pretty much in a full semicircle. There's probably about over 20 agents in this particular area right now, and
Wait,
they have.
okay, so I guess we have to map this out. Okay, so this is a submersible.
Yes, I will draw this out for you. So,
I can make you lose larger. Yeah.
You
no.
said tall wheat.
so
Well, the thing is, David, we have to get out. The submersible would only have like one hatch, probably.
And they probably have and all of them want to see who's going.
So it's like the submersible would be right behind you. The agents would be all around.
So if there is
Yeah.
no wheat to immediately dive into, the plan is not going to happen.
That's what. Yeah, the physically, but
Please
I mean,
explain the map a little bit better next time. Walking out, hands up.
it was pretty. I had a pretty clear mental picture, but it's
Well, no. He said we're surrounded by tall wheat and then
in
guys
general,
with guns.
Yeah, in general, but we're coming out of a sub that fell in it.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Oh, face
Oh no, we literally are.
It's like, that was a good,
Thoroughly are.
That was a good movie.
all right. So this is what it's at. You have the agents surrounding you on the sides. This is where you've come out of since the submarine is on its side. So you're
climb
crawling it
over
out.
the submarine to get away from them.
How many agents?
So 20.
Or you could-
that you,
20.
that you can see.
Unless there's another way out of the sub, I guess you could if you had some.
But right now, they
guess
see
you could
you.
blast
You're,
a hole
that's
through it
like
and
you,
make a run
they
for
see
it.
you. You're that's like stuck unless you want to fight this out, and which means that
Well, you
So,
could climb over the sub to get away, which.
I would like to point out that my
You can make
earlier
this-
assertion is absolutely true. That means that there is clearly something else going on, because if they can pull out 20 agents plus Tesla, that means that there are at least 5 cars involved in getting them all here, which means that they either had advance warning that we were coming, or there is something else going on that is more important than us. So I'm going to immediately turn to Tesla and ask, what is the something else that's more important?
You did mention that earlier.
so.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You're not. That's like you are not wrong about that. It seems that your arrival is connected to another issue that we were looking into the first place. From what you had said before, or at least I had heard, you said something about something about Mr. Edison.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a ghost, but he's still around.
In our time.
He's using the Odic Force. Do you know what that is yet?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons we at least found you while we were searching out here, because of
We twigged the
that's like the massive Odic signature that I was
Yeah.
able to find, and you see him pull out what looks like a rigged pocket watch that obviously has different tubes and that's like wires attached to it. But as he opens it, you see that there's a complicated meter on there that I would say any of you can make a science roll on this.
Yeah.
If you have physics, that will give you
No, I don't have physics. I got a 3.
I got a
Holy
0.
shit!
I only got a 4, so I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. What's your total?
7.
7. Okay. So for this one, if you got a 4 or above, that's enough. This is an Odic field sensor, so
Okay.
this is something's going on with this. So if any of you want to ask him what's been going on with
Yes.
this, you can.
please tell us.
Actually, I will ask him in Hungarian.
So that's like he nods at you for a second. Well, it's not, and it responds.
There is a reason for that.
Well, he does respond in Hungarian that's appreciative of you. So, although, what is your reasoning?
I'm actually going to shake the hands
Well-
of the agents.
Every time I ask him a question, I'm going to ask in a different language. Specifically, I'm going to run through Serbian, Czech, German, French, Hungarian, Italian, Latin, and English. The 8 languages that Tesla was fluent in at the time of the 20s. I did some research.
That's
I'm
fine.
confirming that this is the real Tesla.
I can do
And
it.
the way I'm doing that is by a roundabout way of just sussing out the facts that I have on him
No.
from his biography.
If you want, if you can pluck me a hair, I can do a DNA test.
Do you have
Could be
DNA
a
sample of Tesla?
equipment?
I can whip up some equipment. Shut up. You don't know. Shut
You
up.
don't have a reference sample.
And also, the
You
only
carry a
And
DNA.
besides
How
that,
would you carry a
he could
DNA
be a
sample?
clone.
There's more. Shut up.
This isn't CSI. We have a higher standard of realism.
says the android and the talking dinosaur and
Exactly.
the talking tiger.
We hold ourselves to.
Holy shit! If we were on CSI, it'd be a much better show.
I'm sorry.
No.
So,
No,
but
What are you? What?
But to at least address the elephant in the room, despite this, we were coming out here because I had been given news that my colleague had been doing more experimentations with direct current dynamos, particularly in the hopes of being able to capture a stable odic field and to be able to generate it and channel it into some harebrained scheme where he can produce a immortality field, so to speak.
Oh
yeah.
The unfortunate fact of the matter is that he's obsessed with it, but will not listen. I managed to drive him at least temporarily out of New York with the dynamos that he had set up there, but and being able to sabotage it with a alternating current showcase that seemed to disrupt the field. However, the problem remains, though, that he found another area that seems to be rich, or at least resonating, and decided to construct another generator underneath under my nose. I'm hoping to be able to stop this before he does other damage, since within the last month, I've been able to, there seems to be some other signals that are intermingling with it that I don't recognize.
Is Robo around? Wait, has he built him yet?
So yes, it is 1921. But you mentioned that. Go ahead and roll empathy.
Okay. Is that in banter? I guess.
Yes, that'll be banter.
God damn it. 3.
3. That's more than enough. You see him just almost barely tense up.
Oh.
And
he is our boss.
And as you look and he looks around for a second. Agent Phillips, if you would keep an eye on our guest for a moment.
Talking to me, he's like, hello. I was like, don't invest in the stock market. How you doing? Good to see you.
And he takes you.
What time is it? What year is it?
1921.
So it takes you.
We got some time.
Takes you by the arm.
Well, get out before 29.
Oh yeah, no.
And walks you about 30 feet away from
and
everybody
executes
else.
you. Killed.
David was wrong. Sorry. Yeah.
David,
so
right.
walks away from everybody else. So you were saying that. What?
Here's a cookie.
Just
And he kind of almost brusquely tosses you forward. What do you know? What do you know about my Robo?
He carries on your legacy,
Right.
And becomes the CEO of Tesladyne. And he is doing fine in the 21st century.
So you have. He's not.
Granted human rights too. In the Second World War.
He's barely out of his. He is barely out of his infancy.
Well, I'm talking 80 years from now. 90 years. What?
I suck at math.
Yeah, I'm an undercover human.
He's still. I will say you don't have to make an empathy roll on this because he's. You obviously know what you're talking about, but he seems to be still very suspicious of you. So
fair enough.
You can. It's like, what do you think? So you can try something else to make him more convinced. So.
I'll show you the endoskeleton underneath.
Oh God, I'm just a crazy person.
See, I'm an android like him.
The gypsy woman was right.
No. I will.
Best campaign ever.
Yeah. If you give me a fate point, I could try that, but I don't think that would help. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't.
Ross, do you want to prove it?
Well, you're not there yet.
Really want to prove it?
Fluffy, is there any meat in the area?
I will show him my badge,
Smell about 20
my
seconds
ID,
of meat.
and so. I probably still have a cell phone, and we probably have pictures on it.
Pig over
So
there.
I show a picture of us at the last company picnic.
We'll be back.
Okay, so I will get back to you in a second. You do have that. Go ahead. It's like
Can I make a report check to tell him what a great boss he is, and he grows up to be a fine robot son?
Yes. So you can't. Well, actually, first before you do that, since you have the cell phone, you pull it out. But you notice, you turn on and notice there's an issue of it's seeming to blink out in and out, so its battery's having issues. So
and also there's no satellites.
I would say go ahead and make a mechanical repairing roll.
All right.
If you make this, you can see about repairing.
I got a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, the trip that you made through the Odic field has caused interference with it. If you could, I would say with that, you have the chance to go ahead and make a hard reset. So
okay, I will do that.
If you want to make an electronics
But that's like all the memory on it.
electrical repair roll.
All your photos, Ross.
8.
Okay, that's enough. So luckily it boots back up, and you do have pictures back on it. So you can show that. So you are able, once you show that to him, he's a little bit apprehensive for a second because although he's more amazed because this is
it's powered by the souls of the damned.
You explain that it's a telephone.
It is a
telephone, but just an advanced communications device. And he's sitting there going, "This is amazing." And you see the Robo. It's like that is my Robo.
Yes.
So you do have the chance now. +1. Go ahead and make your report check too.
But if you could tell him to not trust plants with blue veins ever.
I will spend a fate point to make that a 5.
Okay, that was enough with. With your roll, so he actually does trust you now and is at least starting to believe your story.
Yeah.
So,
look at his face. Would we lie?
So, but you say that you are.
Or this.
That's like you somehow are time travelers.
Yes.
That's like came here through other means with the Odic Force.
We got exploded by it. There was a base with a lot of it in there and exploded. We got hit with the shockwave, and we were in the water under the
tiger get the pig?
Hint summary, and then here.
Yeah, the tiger.
Maybe some sort of resonance between the Odic
dinosaur get the pig.
energies in the base and this time and place.
Where did the tiger get that pig?
Well, the thing about it is that for any kind of time travel, there would have to be two concurrent points that are still connected.
Why does it smell delicious?
Well, the
Would you like some?
Edison's undead ghost was there, and so
he is still alive now.
So it's so if it's incorporeal safe, as you told me, was there, it's very likely that you managed to travel along a non-linear path back to the. That's like back to this point, which means that he is here, and some of my suspicions are confirmed.
There's a reason why you're ship's mine. Yeah,
which will take about that. So that's their part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody else, while you're waiting under the watchful eye of the federal agents, you can go ahead and make checks.
For what?
Just notice checks.
Or empathy checks, maybe.
6.
6.
I see all
7.
the things.
7.
This is dead Earth.
4.
Okay.
I'm oblivious. I might as well have rolled a 0.
So nope. This is actually one that you've all seen. It's just that Jurgen and Fluffy actually see it a little more clearer. That as you're looking past,
it's okay, meat sack.
So as you're looking past past the long rows of wheat that are surrounding the ones that had not been flattened either by federal agents or Sky Submarine. So.
We're really bad submarine pilots. Just
actually, we're pretty good because we're not dead. You see, that's the bad ones. They die. So
any submarine you can walk away from. Any submarine you can walk away from is a good one.
Yeah. The fact that you even survived that.
So what did we see?
But as you're going around, you see that even though these are very tall stalks of wheat. There are certain breaks if you're kind of just looking off in the distance, especially where the other ones had been crushed down kind of at an angle. And you can see that there are at least a couple little gaps along the lines. And from that's at least what you see, David. And Fluffy and Jurgen, from the couple ones that you're seeing, there's actually some residual glowing coming from those. Just a little bit, not unlike what you're actually seeing by the submarine, which is amazing to see because it is probably about almost 5 o'clock, but if it's this bright out, it's probably
Newton's radioactive wheat! Kill it with fire!
Late spring or early summer, so there are other things around here. That's like, if that's glowing out there, bright enough to be able to show up in daylight.
Agent.
Do you know the radiation?
What's that?
So
I'll point in the general direction of the glowing wheat with my tail.
So,
You are adorable.
let's see.
Scratching.
They're just they're kind of ignoring you. The other agents that are at least near you. So they
Right. Is that not-
because they're seeing a lizard man. A lizard man.
giant talking tiger going, agent, what's that? Isn't going to draw attention?
It's a drawing attention, but
I'm calling shenanigans on that.
they're ignoring you because, well, the agents that are specifically around you are ignoring that because they're just kind of nervous and they're doing their job. So if you can figure out a way to either get their attention or to...
Herr Doctor, they're ignoring it. You should probably see this, because we sure do. And that is not normal. I have seen wheat. Wheat does not do that.
If you called, you could probably get a better view if you climbed to the top of the submarine.
Yeah, but they are...
What if I climb to the top of the dinosaur?
All right,
So?
here, jump up.
You
And
can-
it's like, here.
Okay, the minute that you do that, let's test your luck, shall we?
Okay.
Test your might.
1920s firearms. What are the chances they'll penetrate armor too?
3 of the other agents immediately bring their weapons up to full bear because they're seeing you do something that they're not certain if they're about to throw the cat at you.
It's like, my God, I'm just going to lift him up so he can see better. You are so paranoid.
So,
It's like, come on, communism is eventually going to be a red herring. Just let it go.
they're
Come on,
Communism is not the thing.
you need to get back down to the ground now. So,
It's like, what do you see?
how are you going? They're going to start either open fire or they're just tackle you to the ground in the next round.
Oh,
so
that
you
would
need,
be
you need
awesome.
to figure out a way to actually
please
calm them
tackle
down
us.
before.
Please try to tackle us.
Can I see anything better with my higher vantage point before I get down?
So, if you're going to be able to do that, it'll be it's going to be.
Fuck it. You know what? I'm just going to jump out of his arms over the agents and head that way. If they're ignoring me, I'll go look for myself.
We're not ignoring you now.
Well, they are, because they're ignoring us saying, hey, there's stuff over there, and they're just like, get down or we shoot.
Since they're focusing on those two, I'm just going to quietly walk past them.
I somehow don't think this is going to work.
No. But I'm still
I'll also remind you that you're not doing anything to allay their fears.
I am not brandishing a weapon. I'm just standing here, doing nothing.
Dude, he's just a dude. Aren't you? Hey, you're totally just a guy, right? You're not a crazy
You're
guy.
basically a spaceman who came out of a UFO. I mean, to their point of view,
A really shitty UFO, come on.
to them, they're from 1921. That's a pretty awesome. A high-tech submarine is a pretty awesome.
Well, there's no one paying attention to us. The one person that might even
We
believe
try
us
to
isn't
point out
listening.
the thing that's dangerous to everybody. They don't listen.
And unless I want to spend the next few rounds trying to knock all of these agents out, I really don't have time for this. I'm going to jump and head that way.
Well, I will say if you want to,
Time
actually
is of
get,
the essence.
We think.
If if Edison is working in this time and he's doing shit, and we're standing around not doing shit, he's building up time advantage. So let's take that away from him. Let's do shit. All in favor of doing shit?
We are. It's
Okay,
fine.
I'm just currently holding a tiger up.
Yeah.
okay.
But my hands are technically up.
before any of that starts.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say before at least we do this Tom, you need to make a strength check.
Okay.
Or a physique check, excuse me, to see if you can actually at least hold him up without him just collapsing underneath you.
He's wearing armor too. So.
Okay.
I'm not wearing armor.
I thought you were wearing armor.
My fur is...
You have the bio armor, so.
Well, that's
8.
probably adds
Okay,
weight to you.
you do that. You're successfully going up here. I will say that's also when you get the reaction from everybody else that the agents are pointing them out. I will say that since you're holding him up, that's like your concentration is on that. Fluffy and Malvent can make an empathy roll.
I don't have empathy.
Do you have banter?
0. I have empathy at 2, and I rolled a 0. So I have no clue.
Nope. No banter.
No banter?
I
Okay.
got a 0.
Yeah, we're not talkers.
Okay.
We're doers.
So this will... Alright, so this may very well roll into combat, so this is why we're segmenting out right now. David, you have no idea. It's like you're not sure how to react to this since you don't know how the agents are either feeling right now. Fluffy, you're not sure since you're going here. You'll get your chance. Ross.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a notice check to see if you can... do this. I will see if...
Shenanigans.
Let's...
Since you were deep in...
Yeah. 2.
2? Alright. It was a 3 just because you were in deep conversation with with them. But luckily enough, Tesla noticed.
Okay.
So he is calling Agent... That's like he is directing Agent Phillips over to you. So Agent Phillips is walking over. What's going on?
You're meant
Lights! Distance! Bad thing! There!
Stop yelling!
Like,
Oh, good. We've got one that knows how to listen.
no, actually, I'll go. You stop yelling. No, like yelling does not help our situation here. What do you see?
Yeah, that's like you.
Yeah, what do you see?
No, if you'd like to explain yourselves without frightening my men, I would be appreciative of
It'd
that.
be nice if your men would actually pay attention. There's a
And be
threat over there we're trying
professionals.
to assess.
So,
Yes, we are assessing. Like, how is the danger? Is it accessible?
so you.
What
he
is
looks
your
over.
notice roll on that, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't been told to make one yet.
So
Go for it.
Can he?
that's like
I would think so. He's up in the air.
I'm a tall guy.
Yeah.
That was the point.
okay. Well, that's like you could hold. Agent Phillips holds it for a second. 1. You are unknown to us at this moment until Dr. Tesla gets back. 2. I am in charge of the situation. And 3. I would appreciate it if you worked with us and did not act ahead in turn. I will be happy to share information as soon as he's back. Can you please bring your tiger down?
Thank you for
Now
your
you can make your.
understanding.
Now, David, Dan, you can go ahead and make yours.
5.
5. You actually see. It's like over on. You were facing. Oh, wait, sorry. I'll get another section over here. Yay!
Okay.
Postcards.
I mean, there's like I need a notebook.
No, I like this. It's postcards from the past.
It's modular.
Modular. So
All right.
we can switch it around for a
Yeah.
while. All right.
Interactive modular. Invest in banana phones.
All right. What you're seeing around through the field is what appears to be a circle that is you can only see just around the edge of it.
Like a crop circle.
A little bit like one, so probably about 100 yards away from where you're at. It is completely flat, except go ahead and make a notice check. Well, actually, I would notice check, and if you have,
But the
you have
last
a
notice check didn't do it.
well, this is for one, but this is one Fluffy. This is one Fluffy can specifically do, where you have. That's like you can get a +1 specifically for your nose or extra senses.
I've got that too.
Well, he's the one up higher.
8.
8. Oh God! You're smelling the blue plant over there. Oh God!
So we're gonna,
And now that you're up there, because of the 8 because of that one you got,
yeah, 'cause it's-
you actually you actually realize that if that's there, it might be somewhere else. End up turning
Yeah.
to see if that smell's coming from there, and you need to make an athletics check, or I'll
Sneaking up on him.
athletics check to make sure you hold on because Fluffy just kind of turns without telling you.
All right.
6.
6. So, all right, you managed to hold on. So, but yeah, you're smelling it over there too, and without having to make the roll, and something else. You can't really tell what it is. The only thing that you can tell is that it's wrong. It does not seem like a smell that should belong on this plane of
What is
existence.
it? What is it?
The blue plant's over
It's like,
there.
Scheisse! at this point, all right, actually, I'll go right to Agent. What was it?
Phillips.
It's like. I don't.
Backs up just a little bit.
It's like, now we do not have time to be kind. Now you have to get your men out of the field right now, and I mean now.
So, that is going to be a problem because we have. That is going to be something of a problem because we need to be able to stop whatever else is going on here.
Well, the situation just got worse.
And that's about the time that you come.
It's like, oh, thank God, somebody with a brain. You need to, Mr. Tesla, and then...
Yes, I do have a brain. I'm not human.
It's like, hey, you're fine. But no, then exposition bomb, letting him know just, that's bad over there. And apparently there's something even worse over there, but it's just wrong.
So,
yeah.
And getting closer.
So that's the problem you can
Is
smell.
there a path that's leading here? Did they drive? Or do we see their cars too? Or did they?
Yes, there are actually. Now that you've seen, there are actually car paths going out to a couple of areas. So there's not a dedicated path to the holes that they've seen, but they.
So those are the paths, the little roads.
Yeah, the little roads in between the fields. So
what about the cars? Where are they?
So those were. Agent Phillips let you know that those were actually left behind at the entrance of the farm that they're on right now.
Okay, how far can I see that far?
Not from that end right now because that area is about
that way.
Yeah, it's about 200 yards that way where they left it from the entrance. So
they're on index cards.
Yeah, so many index cards. So
you don't need to draw all of them.
All right.
So you basically have that there. Phillips, it's like. Tesla goes to Phillips. These men, I guess, all men,
people.
What is
that? We're a hell of sexist because it's 1921.
These beings have been trusted.
You don't have any names.
They've been able to vet themselves. I apologize for any indiscretion, but
that is fine. But seriously, it is really bad.
For something like this, though, we needed a certain amount of discretion to be able to do this. Agent Phillips, do you still have the aerial reconnaissance photos right here?
Oh yeah, you guys have planes by now.
So
history was not one of my.
Yeah, they've had planes.
That was not one of your program modules.
I mean, no, I did not take many courses because I'm a human. I am not programmed.
But yeah, you do see those. He does bring them out. They are really rough pictures to what your comparative or what your mighty phone can do.
Oh, my kingdom for a GPS satellite.
But he goes over. He goes over to the sub since that's the flattest surface he can put the photos on, and Phillips is helping him pad out. We originally were coming down to see this, as I was explaining to your colleague before. Puts out a map, and you see that there's a large polyhedron-shaped building in the center of this map, of the pictures, that you assume that's the direct current dynamo that he was speaking of.
Polyhedron, how many sides? Is it an octagon?
So
we say it's an octagon.
Yeah, it's an octagon. There you go.
Yeah.
We're going to throw down in the octagon?
Yes, there you go. You're welcome.
Rip out some chest hair. I know that's a different movie, but still.
So, but you do see that. But unfortunately, we did not know what was being able to power, at least generate the power that he was going for if he was putting out wind. But that's the only other thing that I've seen right now were these, and now that you see it, now you see it, the other pictures are put into place along the map, and you see those crop circles appear to be different as far as you can tell, and in your case right now, they look like nodes that would be set up as generators, but everybody can see that even though these are black and white photos, the dark blue, what appear to be dark blue wires are running along the ground through it. So all around.
So are they surrounding the octagon?
Yes. So they have.
So are these are just flattened crops? Though, is there an actual thing in the node? Like, is there an actual object or thing that we can identify as the actual node feeding power to the octagon?
You can't see it from that aerial view. It's
some sort of invisible energy thing or something underground.
Possibly. So the only thing that's coming from is it appears to be some sort of whitish dome over it. And you see, because you see basically this is a whitish dome that seems to have those wires, which you know is part of the blue vein plants, crisscrossing all over it, and then going in large cables trunks leading back to the octagon.
Okay, but that is a white dome.
Yes,
it's not just flattened crops. Okay.
No.
Okay. Can we see one of the tops of one of those white domes from here?
If you go currently right now, the best view that you got was with Fluffy. You can try to approach
so
it.
He saw one of them.
Yes. So
Okay.
you saw. Yeah, you did summon one, and you can relay that information back. We have no idea what this is, although what information can you give us?
These domes are being run about with cables made from a biomechanoid information storage system that currently houses the AI brainchild, literally, of Alan Turing.
He's alive by now. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's an artificial intelligence. Don't hold it against him. It's not his fault. And he hasn't invented it yet. But he probably.
Seriously, could you go easy on his life choices?
Oh my!
Seriously.
Oh God, he gets a. Anyway, not on topic. Breaking the time
Cumberbatch was great.
These blue plants, the blue veins. They can control people if they touch you. So don't let that happen.
Oh wait, sniff, sniff. Do any of these 21 people smell like blue plants?
Oh yeah, show your necks.
Make a notice check.
Actually, I will too. I can smell it.
Yeah.
5.
6.
5.
All right, David, are you making a roll?
I don't have a supernatural sense ability, so
You can look. So
Yeah, it's
can
just
look.
the blue veins on there.
No.
Okay.
The blue veins are on the backs of their heads, and they're pointing guns at me with the fronts of their bodies.
At this point,
so I can't see them.
once Phillips came over, they are all at rest. So
Yeah.
this is once he said you could trust them.
Yeah, and we can explain like, hey,
Everybody check each other for blue leaves.
5, but that's not going to be enough to spot it.
Actually, everybody else here has crew. They're all crew cuts, so they.
Oh, yeah.
and,
Hooray.
And they have.
1921.
And thankfully,
Dress
since it's even though this is the age of the G-men in the suit,
Yeah.
they are also it is summer, so they have just shirts on, so everybody's neck is exposed, so you can actually see there's nothing here. None of them smell like it, so they don't. If they were controlled, they don't smell.
I'm sure it might be weird, like
residuals.
have the T-Rex guy and the tiger on just sniffing people. Like, don't mind us. We're just looking.
yeah.
You're not delicious at all.
What's that?
You smell like sweaty feet.
So,
Delicious.
but you can see from the aerial reconnaissance view of this entire field, there are 4 of those domes that are
Okay.
surrounding the octagon.
Okay, 4 of them.
So, or at least the direct current dynamo building, and then that's like with the blue vein wires going in it. So, if you're assuming right now, if you could possibly, Tesla is assuming that if those are knocked out, then whatever Edison's doing, they might be able to stop it.
Yeah. No.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Those blue vein wires,
Yeah.
the plant-based ones, are nigh indestructible. We found this out in Robo's office. In the very first scene, we were unable to sever a leaf.
That's because Robo was interfering with
The
us.
only times when we actually were able to take those off of a body and do so without killing the person was after they had withered on their own. So as long as they are together, there is nothing in our current arsenal, even our arsenal from the future, that is capable of destroying them.
We don't know that. We also
Especially
it's not.
if they are that large.
We don't know that, and we actually don't know. It's not the blue veins; it's the white domes. We could shoot that and see what happens. Yeah, yeah.
Are you making that noise with your mouth?
Do you have a ray gun? Why don't you try it on one of the white domes? We haven't.
What ray gun? What
You
mean
always
ray gun?
have a ray gun.
Yeah.
Ray guns are bad. Those are weapons, and we're surrounded by these lovely.
They're not
gentlemen
pointing
who have
weapons.
They're not
guns.
pointing weapons at us now.
No, we're all.
Gentlemen with guns, lots of guns.
Okay.
Like, all right.
They can shoot at the domes.
Friendly
all they
American
want.
agents.
Yeah.
He is going to pull out a ray gun. Do not point guns at him.
Yeah.
Ray guns are silly. They don't exist.
You've been waiting for this.
You've confused rays with beams.
So, Tesla looks over to you.
Smiling.
Beams.
Sorry, Dr. Malevolent. Again, was it?
See you in summer school.
I don't actually exist in this time.
Well, if your time travels, you will exist. But if you'd be so kind, you see him raise his palms, and you start to see electric current rolling over it, like it was. odd weaponry is not something that is completely unknown. You do notice some of the other agents shifting a little uncomfortably, but they're not doing anything about
It's just
it.
because they know they're the red shirts. Hey, that term hasn't even been invented
You
yet.
can say that with impunity.
Yeah.
Do you have something that you believe would affect these
Are they
things?
ensigns?
I don't have any.
Shink.
Well,
I have a fluffy.
Yeah, we could do that first. I mean, I'd be.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't actually tried to claw my way through a blue plant yet.
and besides, it's not even the blue plants.
I have
It's the white dome. What if we puncture compromise it? It might cause a surge that could fry out the blue veins, or something could happen. I don't know. Yeah, no, trial and error.
I'd like to know that you're making that noise with your mouth every time your claws come out.
But if you're volunteering, why don't you give those a good whacking?
Like, I can try mine too.
Okay,
I will do whatever Tesla tells me to, but I'm not going to plan anything.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Just because I know that all of my own plans have failed.
So I'll activate the quantum refractor and start stalking my way towards the dome.
Oh yeah, you have that invisibility.
So, okay, so Ari, that's like we should before we leave. Well, you activate the quantum refractor. Sorry, this is just me now.
But no, that is kind of like.
All right, the other agents actually react like, "Oh, where'd it go?" But
It's like, he's right there. Relax.
Yeah, no, it's like from the future. Does that soothe you?
I don't think it soothes him. But
Maybe if I do it.
Phillips looks over. Although I would recommend,
from the future.
I would honestly recommend though that we do not split up at the very most. We do have limited communications, which you see Tesla bringing out. One of the agents is carrying up a very, very bulky backpack with
The
several
ultimate
marks.
bag phone.
Ring, 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 bag phone.
Tesla starts bringing out what looks like, these look like very much
World War I field radio.
Oh, even before that too. So this might as well.
No, it would be after World War I.
Yeah. This is 21. Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah. Why did I say it?
War ended
Time. Why do I know anything?
War ended in 1918.
But
Clancy
no.
would come here and throttle you.
No,
if you heard that.
and he would be right.
He's on his
too.
way here right now.
Yeah, he's coming.
He just knows something's wrong.
Condition 1.
Yeah.
But in turn, we should not
I wish
come.
I had a Glancy impersonation.
Yeah. But he starts handing radios off to you. So Jensen will act as our current.
Don't mix that with mead.
Or
No, seriously, don't.
But he will be acting as our communications
That's a
hub
bad egg.
from this.
Finish your glass of anyway. Sorry.
So the options right now are you have 4 of the nodes and also the
octagon.
That's the octagon dynamo. So to be able to look into the one that you're directed towards, Fluffy, is the one where you smell the bad wrong, as far as you know.
Oh,
The unnatural, not of this universe smell.
Nice.
Oh, outsiders. Why does it always have to be outsiders?
The other ones are not. So
Rent to outer
where do you
gods.
want to go? Where do you want
I
to
hate
split
rent
up?
to outer gods too.
That's I like that idea. A rent and outer god.
I'm going to head in the same direction as Fluffy.
Okay.
Why don't we take out the one closest to us and see what happens? See,
Science team, go!
Let's
Just me, huh?
throw some rocks at that hornet nest. See what happens.
So I'm a large predatory cat in what is essentially very tall grass.
Yeah.
With a cloaking device on.
You probably feel right in your element right now.
I'm a polar bear in a
Tom, what are you
snowstorm. And I'm
Well,
an
he's going
albino
He's going
polar
first.
bear. So you're my
I don't
nose
have
is
a
wide.
gun, so I'll just take a bug. I couldn't carry one of your guns. Never mind. I will.
You do have the Tesla Tech lightning gun.
It's
We
true.
all have that one,
Except for me.
except for Fluffy.
That's
Yes,
true.
thumbs.
Well, if it's
pretty
one that's
handsome.
assigned to you, they would have modified it so it could have used.
No, I guess okay. Well, I got one. You're better at these, but let's both cover him.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I've got him covered.
All right. So are you all heading towards
that
this
way.
particular
Yeah. We'll try this one first. If it
Ow.
blows up easy, then we can
Cross.
split up.
the
But let's-
southeast dome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Is it bad?
No, you're not bleeding.
Okay.
Oh, good. And then you turn around.
All right, so Fluffy, you'll need to go ahead and make your stealth check.
Didn't.
Everybody else will stay behind, and the agents are actually staying. Phillips is insisting on accompanying you, but the other agents are at least staying in the central area with the sub to make sure that
all those who don't have character names, just stay back. You're gonna die.
7.
No PC Halo, no go.
Mr. Phillips, what are you carrying?
So
Probably a bar. I don't know.
So that's like 38. So
Not even a Tommy gun.
Prototype vibe overlay.
so
When he says that, I'm just going to calmly open the jacket, take out the Tesla Tech lightning gun. All right, this is the big heavy setting. You don't want to use that. This is the smaller setting. Use this one, short controlled bursts. It fires like a rifle. There's almost no kick.
Why does the one setting have a ring?
I appreciate it, but I'll at least keep on there.
He designed them.
So
He will have had designed them.
I'll keep
You may
it.
not trust me.
Trust
the Tesla.
Trust me. That's
Well, why don't you keep that until I ask?
Don't
you?
worry.
Okay.
I got my own.
like.
You do it.
Here, I'll
So-
carry yours. I'll carry his.
Okay.
Because I'm totally human and
yeah.
trustworthy.
I'm offering him one, but he's denying
Take a
it, so
fate
it goes right back in the thing.
Okay, take a fate point.
Oh yeah. Like you only have one thing there.
I'll take. No,
Like,
no, I'll take.
all right.
it. I'll be
Here's
his
a fun
lightning
game.
gun caddy.
Where do you not have a ray gun?
Oh, back to 3.
Say
Because I already spent one.
You're like, I don't want to.
All right.
All
So
right.
you got a 7 on the stealth check.
All right, so you made a stealth check. You approach the.
I hope so. That's
like
legendary status stealth.
no, you made it.
I
So
was like, hey, juicy fruit?
you approach it. You
from the future.
and thankfully enough, because of being stealthy enough,
I can't.
You're managed to stop in time to see a Edison. That's like security bot stomping past you. So it is.
Direct current's the way to go. Fuck you.
So
Since it's direct current, does it follow the same pattern every time?
go ahead and make.
Nice.
You can get a fate point for that. I'll allow it.
Yes!
That was a good enough joke. No, but to answer your question specifically, no. You're actually.
Speaking of, did we refresh fate points from being knocked the fuck out?
Yes, this is a new set. Well, this is a new session, so
So
You
we
will-
start with 3 so right now.
yes, 3 depending on what you have.
Vocational
So,
guidance counselor.
but go ahead. But you do see that, so go ahead and you can go ahead and make your notice check since you're the first one up there.
You see things.
I only see at 4.
At 4, all right. The only thing that you're seeing, the only things that you're getting from that are that's like this particular robot seems to be the only one out here, but it is not. It is running in a randomized pattern, so it is.
Sound like direct current at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's also direct current. They didn't have giant robots walking in 1921,
True.
so it's a bit anachronistic.
So it is going in a randomized pattern around there, but that's not really your focus because as you're looking, you see that this dome, which is about you would guess about 9 feet tall in total and about 20 feet wide at the base, is almost a opaque, transparent white. The only thing that you see something that is actually at the top, which looks like a receiver, but it doesn't look quite right, though. It's not metallic. It almost has like a shimmering of glass. But from what you can see, at least from the opaqueness, is that it has the plant techno-organic, plant tendrils leading down into something. And that there seems to be something moving within the dome itself, but it's too opaque. You can't really identify what that is. And then, of course, on the outset of it, there appears to be the techno-organic tendrils moving back towards the octagon.
How thick are those tendrils?
Those are about 2.5 feet thick, so they're pretty big.
That's a tree trunk.
It's fine.
That's a little tiny elephant from Adventure Time is what that is. Tree trunks.
So it is pretty thick, though. But go ahead. I would say go ahead and make a science roll.
Would that be maybe biology?
You're not there yet. You'll be here in a second. So this is just
he's
his.
our scout.
I'm at my science mode is not that great, so that's a roll of 3.
A 3. The base that you can get from there is that, considering that the time frame, if this, more likely this is Alan doing this, he, of course, advanced fiber optics and connective tissue and transmission has not been set up yet. So, even if this techno-organic form is still that impressive, he may be trying to use something to compensate for it, which would also explain for the size as well. If he's trying to move massive amounts of data, a better role will be able to give you the specifics of it. So, but that's about what you can get from him. But you know where the perimeter is, so you can tell everybody it's safe to come in. So
I'll relay that information.
All right,
and I'll get close to the door.
No, dude, just do it like tail and like tail code. Above it.
Well,
like
that's going to be another stealth check. So, and you know that the robot's randomized, so you may want to wait for information in order to before you make your move.
Science at it.
So
okay, fine.
So
all right, let's throw science at it.
Everybody else is going to be able to make their checks. Since Fluffy blazed the trail from you, you get a +2 to your stealth checks to get up there on her. Yes, because the robot is still around and it can still hear.
Lame.
But you get a +2 because of Fluffy's.
6.
Fluffy found the right path to avoid the robot.
I got a 4.
6.
2.
All right, you got a 4?
Yeah.
I'm not very stealthy.
Maybe
All right,
want to spend a
you know
fate
this.
point. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty was 3.
Spend a fate point, you can succeed.
I will say, but
I'm
here's
going
your.
to spend my fate point for when all else fails, so
David,
that I can succeed.
Well, I'll say, David, before you spend that, it was mainly it was mainly giving the robot the chance to hear you. It still has it, so you can bet on him rolling hearing you, or you can spend the fate point and reroll
Spending
it.
the fate point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just adding 2 with when all else fails.
Herp-a-derp.
All right.
He's not going to be able to hear us at all, right? Because we all made.
Yes. Let's check it.
Well, he also has to roll for the NPCs.
Yep. And that's just,
Freaking NPCs.
and that's just Tesla and Philip, and they managed to make it. So.
Yeah.
So you're fine. They come through and see. See that, and you basically see everything else that Fluffy has seen. So if you have any specific science checks or something you want to look into,
Engineering.
biology and engineering can see that as well. So
I don't think my physics is really going to help in this, but I will keep an eye out for the robot.
physics actually can help for this as well. So
5.
7.
I can have
Fine.
index card.
I can has index card.
You can. Do you
6 on the
Yeah, I have
physics.
There you go.
6.
7
All right.
biology.
Good job.
All right. 7 biology and
5. Engineering.
All right,
Engineering.
get your science face on.
All right.
What about your crazy face too?
So you actually see a couple
I'm
things.
not crazy yet.
So you actually do see a couple things from each of your roles. It's like your engineering role has confirmed that the at least initially what Fluffy has seen, that the size of the techno-organic cables is primarily due to the massive amount of data that probably has to be coming from here. So it is probably crammed full, depending on what components that Alan may have been working with or how long he's been here. So he may be overall, that's like just utilizing a lot of tubes inside of it as well, and then integrating that into the organic form. And going back into biology.
You want to add your 2 cents on
He's
there?
building up Android out of vibranium. Don't worry, that won't be a spoiler.
Whoa, copyright.
Yeah,
Whoa.
well, spoiler.
Whoa.
alert.
Spoiler alert, Age of Ultron.
Dude,
Thanks, Ross.
Dude,
I didn't even mention the name of the movie.
Dude, Alan
See,
Turing
double
wants to
spoiler.
destroy the world, but even he's not going to do copyright infringement.
So you've been able to go ahead and take. So, but on the biology sense, you actually see 2 things from it. One, that's like the amount of information that goes through what you would at least assume on this side. The biology portion, it's actually pretty smart that he put it in this wheat field, because it's breaking down a large amount of organic matter to be able to reconfigure into whatever it wants. So that's probably one of the reasons why now that you see in the field where these crop circles are, most of this area around it is very bare, kind of creating that own circle from it. Ooh, secret notes.
Yeah,
So-
I know, right?
This has nothing to do with the game, and I'm trying to not distract the audio. So
Seriously, it's all...
No!
It's precious. Anyway, sorry. Secret, Aaron.
Okay. It's making me nervous, so.
I know, right?
But we take it. Jesus Christ. You all die. Ellen wins. The end.
We can text each other secret messages.
Okay, so
we
we
don't notice, but
so
we put it on paper.
What are our best options
Crazy
now?
back and forth to me. But, well, the last one, too. So,
Yeah,
but you see
welcome to any game campaign I run where Caleb's a goddamn player. He's fucking passing notes all the goddamn time.
Yeah. But no, you see that, but also you see the configuration of the specifically of the cables that are going in and out, because the big trunk is going outward, but it's also crisscrossing along the edges of this from the semi-transparent dome. And you actually see that the way it's set up is almost like neurons. So
Is he making a
big old fake brain?
Yeah.
So, and
Cyber
that's
brain.
when you also notice that at the top,
controller.
Yeah.
at the top, there seems to be you see something at the top right now that's very reminiscent of what you saw previously. Speaking of brains, specifically what appeared to be the 3D printed Helsingard brain at the very top.
The white dome?
At the top of that white dome, what looked like that transmitter. So,
Okay.
all right, and David,
With my physics, what do we get?
combining it with what Ross, Fluffy, and Jurgen have discovered, they are all. That's like you can actually have been able to bring this together and are fairly certain that this is a rudimentary quantum computing unit that should.
Oh man.
That is currently going through. But since you know what this is, you can make a specific roll to remember what this reminds you of. You get a +2 on this.
Oh, this is probably something with the comics.
So I'm going to get a +2, but I'm also going to get a -2 because I am currently suffering from memory loss.
This is something that it will
Short-term memory loss. This is long-term memory.
No, long-term memory loss.
Oh, it is long-term? I thought it was
It is
short-term.
long-term.
Okay.
What is that a major consequence?
That is a major consequence.
Well, you get
In this
I
case-
got in the first session because I didn't know how much physical stress I could actually take.
That's fine, but in this case, I will actually say it is negated because this is related to specific mad science. And this is one of the only rolls you can make.
All right. So what am I rolling?
This would be
Physics?
this would be physics again, since that would be your specific
With your madness added to it.
So 7.
7.
Yeah.
7.
That's a legendary difficulty.
Yes, and you actually got that in here. There is a particular story that goes back towards Tesladyne,
Tell us a story.
specifically relating around to the scientist that you actually met for Tesladyne, and it had issues. One of those being Dr. Robert Martin, and the other one being Dean Lewis. It's kind of been said that there is a particular issue where Robo actually described he was able to travel through time, but only because of a particular issue where these two managed to open up a quantum field into space using a computer that Robo described as an evil computer. It had steam vents going out of it, it operated off of quantum principles, and it almost destroyed the world, if not for Robo being able to encounter it multiple times in his lifetime and figuring how to create a hyperdimension bomb to close the rift.
Now, do we know how to destroy said evil computer? Because he's encountered it numerous times.
You do know. Yes, you do know what would take that there. That was a hyperdimensional bomb utilizing math. That's like math that you kind of are aware of for your physics roll, and also devices that are not with components that will not be available for the next 70 years.
Okay. So, gentlemen, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Custom dictatio renders the bad news first.
Also, before you do that, I'll rendering from that. You also can make a quick notice check and to see if you see what.
Out of 4, I'm guessing not.
Oh,
what was
no.
my difficulty on my notice?
That was only a 4. Because now that you know all this information, you are starting to notice the movement through the opaque shield. You realize that probably what that is an enclosed space, an enclosed hyperdimensional space, and those things that were coming out of it and mutating reality, that Robo encountered beforehand are probably in that as an after effect. And there are 4 of those domes around here.
Okay, so gentlemen, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Custom dictates he renders the bad news first.
The bad news is that this whole rig is an evil computer, the same kind that Robo himself encountered in our past, but their future.
Yes.
I'm sure you remember the story of Martin and Lewis and the evil, wacky computer and the hijinks that ensued, and
Yeah.
death.
Yes.
So this is a rudimentary form of it, using biotechnology instead of gluing some gears on it and calling it steampunk, but evil steampunk. So this is actually more leaf punk,
Oh man.
but the same thing.
How would Glancy feel about leaf punk?
I'm sure it would be anger, and confusion, and then a lecture,
Clancy
And
confused!
drinking.
and then a lecture on the logistics of the Italian army in World War One.
The good news is that we know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But there's further bad news that there are bad guys inside it that are reality warping things.
Ooh.
So
I don't like the reality warps.
I'm going to take this laser gun,
Yeah.
or this Tesladyne lightning gun. I'm setting it up to max, and I think that we should
Load up.
pretty much let these alien space spawn have a close encounter of the science kind.
Whoa!
All right.
We all
Once
watch
you
regular show at work.
Once you make that roll, I would say, because you will not make this roll, David, because you were influenced by your madness.
Okay.
And this will actually be, you will get a fate point for this because I am now invoking do you suffer from long-term memory loss? So go ahead and take
But
that
never
back.
electrocute it. That'll give it superpower. Yeah, that's
Like,
the part.
That you remember
Now don't
as
cross
you
the
pull the
stream.
trigger.
Yeah.
So you two can go ahead and make... I will say this will just be general science checks, since you're also looking into the history of Tesladyne.
Yeah. It's a negative. It's a 2.
2?
Science.
Yes.
5.
5. You both get 2 things for this. One, you didn't quite make it, but you also realize too that since this is probably directly connected to Alan, if Alan is active at this point,
Yeah.
which is a good supposition, he'll probably be immediately alerted to that, and the Edison bots will probably start attacking immediately. So that might not be the best idea. You see the further consequence as you remember if this dome is containing reality warping creatures, and and breaching that probably will have unseen effects. So
Yeah.
that is a choice.
So, what are our other options? I mean, is there some way to sabotage it or reverse it or something like that?
Mechanical engineering roll on your side.
Think hard. Anything good like... I will spend a fate point to reroll my -2.
That was
Of
bad.
course, there's always the other option. I mean,
We can't nuke it from orbit now.
we could
And I roll exactly the same thing.
What
Well,
should we do?
I'm out of
we
ideas.
could go in guns blazing.
9. Reality would warp. Your hand would turn into probably another being. It is you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got a 1.
So I do have
All
a
right, you got
plan
one.
B.
Yeah, I did not roll well.
So
The Acme Little Giant Vacuum
as far as you know,
Company in Walla
you
Walla,
don't know
Washington
how this is.
hiring
This is
door-to-door salesmen
it's like
about
this is a
time.
device that is
So we
beyond
could leg
you.
it from Kansas
It's like controlled by
head to the West
powered
Coast.
by
and start new lives.
The world would end before.
but this is powered by a source of energy that
It would
should
take it a
only
long
be
time.
theoretical, commanded by an intelligence that
Right.
is
We'll table that for now.
unparalleled.
Right,
But
so
we all
pulling it
mark it
up
down in the
isn't a
book.
good idea, but there's no other
Oh.
options. Yeah. Are there any other options?
Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, I came up with the blow it up option, and
Which will
failing that,
Yeah. Well, I failed my mechanical.
I am absolutely certain that the Acme Little Giant Vacuum Cleaner Company of Walla Walla, Washington is hiring door-to-door salesmen at this time in the past. So we could leg it out of Kansas, head for the West Coast, and start new lives. and let the professionals deal with this.
But I say the world would end before then.
That would be probably a good cause of the world ending, is to let the 1921 professionals try and handle this. I mean, we have lightning guns.
So he has a 38.
Yeah, exactly. We're. Oh wait, Tesla, you have the Tesladyne suit. Could you override the power surge or something? Can I maybe look at your suit?
Here.
Good one, Ross.
Kind of cop a feel.
You have had, like you say, you have had experience with this.
Yes.
Oh God, no, not us.
What do you mean? Yes, we have. But we have all kinds of experience with it.
We got to read the books. That's about it.
That's experience.
I was not directly involved with it in any way.
Helping or hurting?
So, actually, in
Doc,
this case...
do you know what they do with me in the future? They keep me in a lab, and they tell people to go in and tell me what their ideas are, and if I can figure out how to weaponize it, they scrap the idea. Because I'm crazy.
But
I'm very crazy. I'm a mad scientist.
Hey,
but no,
crazy like a fox.
But don't they
Like a
realize they
mad,
have to trust you?
mad
Otherwise,
fox.
they wouldn't let you near a lab.
But mainly what I do is mayhem and destruction.
Well, hey, my friend.
If mayhem and destruction doesn't work here, I got nothing
My
else.
friend.
Maybe we need another
It's like,
It's
my friend.
literally my only
Hey,
line.
my friend, do you know who trusts you? We trust you.
Yeah.
So,
You are a
he does,
good buddy.
it's like, he is looking there for a second.
And you would make a bang-up vacuum cleaner sales.
Maybe we could. Yeah.
You really think so?
There's, I think there is something I can do.
Huck.
Because after all, I mean, the
But it would
giant
require an
vacuum cleaner company of
adjustment,
Walla
though,
Walla,
that
Washington
that I'm
needs the
not
help
very
now.
comfortable making.
Come on, Huck.
That's like making, which in this case, David, that's like, since you're listening in on this side of the conversation, since Ross is asking Tesla if there's anything they can do.
Yeah, his suit is hooked up with that Yoda force, anyways.
No, it is not, though.
Oh.
So it is alternating current. It is not direct current. However,
Okay, well,
but-
it's basically magic anyway.
Yeah, but David, you can make a physics roll.
Mad physics.
That's a 4, so no.
Okay.
Actually, that is enough.
Yeah.
So you realize that there is something that you can possibly do to get past the robot, and also possibly get up near the dome, or at least around it, to take a closer look if you're going to try to do something with it, which is coating yourself in a direct current field that would, since it harmonizes with otic force, that would theoretically mask you from any other.
It's like covering yourself in dead people parts and going among zombies.
Oh wait, do you remember that movie with
Wait a minute,
Robert
that's
Redford?
right.
Yeah.
It's like soaking ourselves in accelerant and lighting ourselves on fire to walk through the flames. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And also,
We're fighting electricity with more electricity.
and you can make your mechanical repair.
How could it possibly go wrong?
And you can make your engineering roll.
You see,
We have lightning guns. I mean, come on. We can just
so
have
so put your hands up. I will hose you down with
lightning
electricity.
generator.
Hands up.
We can make a walking Tesla coil. That's
You.
We already have a walking.
Wait, Ross.
yeah.
Ross, you're not going to go for like a walking Tesla coil. That's you. That is.
That's you. That is.
What'd you get?
I got a 4.
You got a 4? That's actually enough. Because see, again, you are with Tesla, and actually, he is on the same. Thankfully, he is on the same page.
Yeah.
You realize that since you you managed to get your cell phone working again.
Yeah.
That if you were and you have enough at least wires to connect to it, that you could actually rig the telluric suit as an interface, as a makeshift otic interface.
Ooh.
Where since Tesla can switch it back, it's just a little bit difficult for him. And if you can get close enough. If you can get close enough to the wires, or the trunk wire, you may be able to interface with it and see what Alan's doing.
Like hacking an alien mothership with a Macintosh.
So in this case, it's an old man with a metal suit and a cell phone.
Wait,
So more
was that,
realistic.
wait.
Yes.
Is that you're referring to the Jewish one? No. Shh. He is legend.
All right. So, so I'll do that. I'll work with Tesla to hack a suit.
Okay.
Dude, you're working with Tesla,
I
man.
know, right?
All right. So
How's your robot brain
So the
handling
plan. So what is your whole plan? to
Emotion
try-
suppressed.
So together, what is your plan to get to the to basically get more information from the
So you have to get closer to the truck.
processing dome?
Death ray.
well, that will trigger the attack. So what if do we know anything about the Deathbot's behavior? So it's moving in a random pattern, but is there any way to like lure it away or distract it? Like not with something that would red flag it, but something that would confuse it, like
have like a farmer come out like, what in tarnation is all this?
or just a loud noise on the other side, so it goes over to investigate, and then something that
blow
keeps
up one of the cars.
No, I've got.
Wow, that you're just yeah.
No, better than that.
Yeah.
You can install a new printer driver on it. Or logic bomb it.
Oh wait, I have verbal hacking. I will scream at it to make it do my bidding.
Logic bomb it. Tell it that this sentence is a lie. Watch its head explode.
Okay. Well, before we start this, I want to make sure we have everybody else in where they need to. So you want to actually see if you can hack it.
Yeah.
Remember, this is that's that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So, although you don't know the full length of this, so we will give this we will go ahead and give this a chance. Starting off, Dan, what are you doing?
Waiting until something needs to get clawed to death.
You could try be a backup and be in case the
Well,
robot.
we need to open up that trunk enough that we can use the old man in the electric suit and the cell phone to hack into it. So I think that you're going to be splicing wires.
Oh, yeah.
And cables.
Slice.
Okay, so you'll be at that front end with.
Slice.
You'll be at the front end, so this will be trunk. David, what are you doing?
I am on hand to death ray whatever I need to when everything goes Wahoonie shaped, because it will.
Could you describe Wahoonie shaped?
Well, it's that shape that happens whenever we try a plan and it gloriously fails.
Was it the clusterfuck shape?
Yes, that one.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, and Tom, what are you doing?
Can I assist him with my vast knowledge of biology and genetics to perhaps deal with those
Hack the
techno-organic?
biotech Gibson.
Absolutely. Actually, that would actually be helpful in finding a proper connection point, one that they would be able to interface with.
Tiger and dinosaur, go!
All right, and David, before we do this, you can make a quick.
Shape of tiger.
You can make a quick science roll.
dinosaur.
No, form of a dinosaur. Shape of and then form of.
If you do get this, you get an idea.
Okay.
God, I'm just trying to be accurate to the show.
You're right. I'm sorry.
9.
Okay.
9.
You do realize that having the gun on hand to be able to defend is a good one, but you realize that also you do have the ability to modify it in order to create that masking field, which the lightning gun can also do. So you can.
Oh my god! You have an invisibility gun.
I do now.
All right, but the option, which is a good one. So if you want to, before everything is started, in order to help your colleagues mask themselves, you can go ahead and do that. But depending on your success and or failure, it will only last a certain amount of time in which I will be aware of.
So here's what we're going to do, gentlemen.
Wait, so this part of the plan is BC, before clusterfuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
And don't worry. While this one is powering the invisibility field that should keep us
invisible,
safely shrouded, I do have a backup weapon.
okay, well,
And a backup weapon.
all right. So you need to make your science roll to
you're
see.
gonna run out of arms before you.
You need to
run
make
out
a
of
science
guns.
roll to see if you can actually modify it.
My
so.
friend, if you desire to have extra arms, I can see to that.
No, we're not going down that road again.
Maybe later. Would you like extra arms?
I know that is one of the steps that I have already taken. I'm not going to backtrack. There's 12 steps to this program. I've only made it to 7.
But I wouldn't pass as a human. I mean, the whole point is being an undercover robot.
Okay, I am going to spend a fate point
There's a reality show
for my aspect of this only works if you're a little crazy,
Okay.
which I am.
Yeah.
So that's going to give us a 9.
A little.
The 9. Okay. So you have. So so right now you have it will work for a while as far as you know.
Science!
So we will go ahead and begin. So the beginning of this will be Ross's attempt to go ahead and hack the Edison.
The password is Mary had a little lamb. Its face is white as snow. Oh fuck!
You get a +1 for that.
I get with the +1, a 7.
You get a 7. So this, since it is the robot, it will actually have a chance to resist it, since this is a specific programming punch.
Lame.
As far as you know.
Bad guys having a chance to resist our guys.
I know.
Lame.
But he will go ahead and
roll like a son of a bitch.
And you said you got a 7?
Yes.
Alright, so you're lucky. It got a 5. Woo. So it freezes in place. You see it click a couple times, but no words come out. It specifically just goes bzz, 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 bzz. Do any of you know Morse code?
Yes. Yes, I do. Hyperlinguist.
And also, just for saying, I know I wasn't doing proper Morse code there. I'm just...
Yeah.
Immersion gone.
Okay, Crawl, get off her back. Sorry.
Time out. The kid's like, tiger's out. Peace.
What was the message it gave?
You'll roll for your language.
Tinkles.
Technically, Morse code is not a language; it's a code. But
It's a language for the purposes of this die roll. Ross, helping or hurting?
I just want to.
Okay, so that's going to be a 6.
A 6.
If you had a spare stun, you could be hyper code breaker.
All right. You actually hear buzzing. Verbal command. It's like verbal command given to. It's like to stop patrol, requiring confirmation from Master Intelligence. Returning to port. And it turns, and you see that it's starting to go around to the far side of the dome.
Relay that same message to everybody in the party.
Okay.
And just
wait, by the dome, do you mean the octagon or the dome where you're at?
The dome you're at. So,
okay, so it's just going around. All right. So we bought ourselves a little time.
we probably want to take that thing down before it gets back. It will come back with reinforcements.
Yeah, well, it will find out it's a false code.
At this point, you have nothing that seems to be looking at you for the most part, for right now, as far as you know. So
we'll start with the hacking.
You'll start with the hacking. All right. So this will be. So you're on the edge of it. So this is athletics checks to get over there because you're running. You're running for glory. So Tom, you need to do that as well.
Yeah.
God damn.
Two tinkles.
4. I will spend a fate point to reroll.
4.
To get
There you go.
3. I'm an undercover bot.
My robot legs.
Are you low on hydraulic fluid?
I've got more. I'm an undercover bot, not a combat performance.
Like, we'll bend over. I'll inject you with more hydraulic fluid.
No, you're not a properly certified hydraulics technician.
You're
a biologist.
So did everybody at least get a 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so since you had no specific obstacles in your way, you do manage to make it over there. That's like waiting. So you're at the edge of the. Edge of the cable trunk.
Like you do.
So, Tom, this will be your role to see if you can actually identify where you need to cut into port.
Science. 5.
You actually see an area that looks like a particular neural vein as far as you can see. This is, again, some kind of biology that you're not used to, so it's not really corresponding to anything.
I'll get
So you see a connection port. Fluffy, before you make your incision, you need to make a will check to see if you do, because you know what this thing's done, and you have no idea if it has the ability to infect you.
6.
Yep, you are.
Fuck it.
Yeah, you got 1 life to live. I'm Biomega.
Wait.
Infect this.
Wait, don't you have 9 lives?
8 lives. If he loses 1, he's still got 8. He's fine.
No, he's 9 lives. He's actually an ego cartel.
All right, so you're going to have your chance to cut into it.
What's
so
this?
this should be
Nothing.
What's that?
Your tooth and
9
claw.
lives. He's an ego trafficker.
Not yet. Later.
Fuck.
Much later.
Spin a moxie reroll.
Yeah, you can fate point.
I mean, fate point. Yeah.
Remember the system. You lose all your fate points.
Moxie Fata Will. For those times when it just
Moxie
isn't
Fata
your
Will.
day.
Moxie
Fata Will.
I spend the money in it to get a moxie fatal will.
Moxifady action will.
Ooh.
Marginally better. 5.
What'd you get? It is very difficult to get through this. It is actually reminiscent of cutting through steel. So to be able,
That's what my claws are designed to do.
yeah, they are designed to do that too. But it is resisting too. You actually see that as the cable's coming back, it seems to be trying to regrow in place to be able to take care of it. So
No.
So you're going to have.
Or can I hack it to make it stop doing that?
So you don't know. You can possibly.
Well, we
try the
wanted to
next
do that
turn.
because we wanted to
Well, I mean,
adhere to whatever we're trying to port into it.
like just hack the system. Do what the kitty wants.
Yeah.
So, but you have, but you'll have a chance for this the next turn. So, for that, David, there was a question I meant to ask. Did you have the interference generator running?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, there's nothing happening. There's no looking around. But since you are at the edge of it, so I need you to go ahead and make a will check. Since now that you've gotten up close to it, you're actually very close to the dome and at the heart of madness, so to speak.
I don't see why I would need to roll a will check there, because I live in the heart of madness.
You
But
do?
I got a 9.
All right, so this thankfully,
Well, if you had any stunts left over, you can make that a stunt.
yeah.
How many stunts do you have?
Well, at the moment I've got 3 standard stunts. I've got my Death Ray Deadeye, which lets me use physics to attack with a ray gun.
So you should have a
Quick
release
Draw
of
Death
one.
Ray.
Yeah.
My Sunshine Shooter, which is the weapon. But I also have the standard armor, my Hyperglide
Oh, wait,
stunt.
you're not. Yeah, you and Tom
then the
built different
Tesladyne.
characters.
Yeah.
So never mind.
All right.
So, in addition to my stunts, I've also got equipment, so no, I don't have anything.
Okay.
on it.
Yeah. So,
But will check, I'm fine.
all right.
I'm more than fine. I'm doing great.
Like, disturbingly fine.
You're super fine.
You actually roll back around to critical failure.
Oh, wait, hey,
it's
David?
actually there's a limit.
Yeah.
It
Are
just
you
loops
green?
back around.
Super green.
All
I'm
right.
so green, I'm
We'll go ahead and
violet.
roll this. Phillips is staying behind because he does not want to do anything, but Tesla is not bothered by this at all. He is. That's like he is hardened against weird science. So, but that will end the other round at this point. While you're waiting, Ross, you can make a. This will just be a nose check.
Okay. I will. Down to my last fate point. So, hey, I get an 8.
All right. You actually realize that that's like from the tracks that you're seeing, and also the path that the rope. That's like the Edison bot was going off to. If it's trying to reconfigure, it probably will, at its pace, will go ahead and make it over there in the next 2 rounds. So if you want to check on it, or have somebody else check on it too, to at least to see if it is going to make connections to something or Alan, you can do that because the interference field may still protect you, but you don't know. So,
Okay.
But that is just the idea from that.
I'll go. I will. If I got such a high notice, would I figure out where the edge of the interference field is?
It is.
It's right here. Look at the way my hair is tingling.
Yeah. Basically, I'll go to what I believe is the safe edge of the
This is
interference
a
field.
great spot. You don't want to stand too close
Okay.
to the edge. It induces madness.
Okay, it's going to be about
Glorious
10 feet total, so
Alright.
which is they'll have over the actual dome itself.
Okay.
So,
I will do that. If I can see it myself.
God, it's
all right,
full of
and I will say that
stars.
this is you. It's like you don't have to worry about a sneak check or anything. This is just seeing. But yeah, you do manage to at least see the. It's like the robot just almost at the edge of the dome, of the particular dome, and it's taken. It looks like it's getting ready to back into a port that has another one of the techno-organic tethers leading up to the brain transmitter at the top.
Okay. So we kind of want to stop that.
So you just don't know what it's going to do, but
Yeah.
It's,
A verbal command. Diagnostic mode. Cease and desist and recalibrate sensors.
When he says that,
Yeah.
I am going to parrot it back in Morse code to the thing.
We heard my first command without the Morse code. It sounds like he doesn't have speakers. They probably don't have good.
that is, since you know the language now, that's actually a free roll for you. I will say that you can say that. So if Ross makes his roll, I'll say you can actually yell that out to him in.
Okay.
Yell that out to him. So go ahead and make your roll.
5.
5. Let's see if it can resist that.
Damn it.
So, and defenders went on that tie.
Alright.
So it does, and it's going to plug in the next next roll.
That's mine.
So, all right, Fluffy.
Can I spend a fate point since I'm adding the Morse code to give a +2 to the roll?
Plus or minus?
Plus.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do that.
All right.
Yay.
All right. So you do
Whatever
get
we
that.
can do to
And
buy some time.
I will allow that since you were actually translating the Morse code for
Okay.
that. So I don't mind that. That's
Teamwork.
logical. Good job on that. So
I'm
it is
going
stalled
to
again.
call that one Bouts of Destructive Genius.
But as you do, you see the Edison bot try to back in, but it seems to swerve off to the side and is starting to roll in circles now on its treads. So luckily enough, you managed to get that one. All right, Fluffy, this will be your next cut. So, and actually, I'll say what did you get? So
4.
4. All right, and
Unless I have it by surprise, in which case that's a 5.
Like,
it's like not really a surprise, but that's enough to cut. Although I will say, if Tom can make one more outstanding success on his biology roll, that's on this one, I can say that actually negates the need for the final cut. So that'll have to be an
Final Cut Pro.
That'll have to be an outstanding success.
7.
And you made it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Luckily enough, you've gone through here. As far as you know, the robot will not go through, and the field is holding steady for the moment.
Yay.
So, for the moment, so you can. Tesla is ready to attempt a connection into the network. So,
Go for it.
Dr. Tesla,
Go
if you
on.
would care to weed whack the Gibson.
Believe in me who believes in you.
Okay.
I think Nietzsche said that.
So,
No.
Senpai noticed.
Dude, just
Hey,
quote
guys,
quote
totally.
architects.
Senpai
Not that
just
good.
noticed all of us.
Yeah. Senpai has noticed all of us. Senpai.
so.
And I'm
Senpai.
All right, so Tesla puts his telluric. He actually takes off the telluric emitters because, for God's sakes, he's a connoisseur of weird science, but he's not putting his bare hands on that thing. Especially
Good idea.
Especially
You don't
after
want
what
to
you
touch
told
it.
him. So he inserts both of the generators, cranks the dial on it to switch it over to direct current one, and and presses a button. Everybody, I would say, go ahead and make a quick. This will be a quick athletics roll to see if you can get underneath the flash that happens. If you're not, you're temporarily blinded. Tom?
Flashbang.
5.
5? Okay.
4.
5.
5?
Okay.
All right. Nope. Actually, luckily enough, you're all actually really successful on this.
We were expecting something to happen.
So it does.
We all aced that skill.
That's like that. You actually see, and you actually, Ross, knows once your vision starts coming back that you actually, so you can actually see what this is. It is a quantum. It is a quantum field network that seems to be operating off of some. It looks like a very, very advanced version of a fiber optic. That's like transmission going through here, but again, from what it is operating off of, it is just that's like speeds that you're not certain about it. That's when you notice that you are getting information from your phone, but it's starting to get really hot.
Ooh.
And it's having it is having a lot of issues trying to keep up with the sheer amount of data that is pouring through this.
Oh, that's going to ruin my plan. Airplane
Well, this
mode.
is a Tesladyne custom, so it should be able to handle most anything.
Airplane mode?
Wait a minute, no. All we need to do is divert the heat. There's a way that we can do this. All I need to do is just rewire the sunshine shooter just a little bit. This only works if you're a little mad.
Okay.
What are you trying to do? So
Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the heat that his computer is... Or,
Power his fucking sunshine gun.
yes, and basically I'm going to fire the overload blasts up to where it's safely away from us,
But this will prevent his phone from overheating because I'm going to be leaching the heat out of the phone that's got all of the data coming into it, so he'll be able to get the data. Basically, I'm cooling it by sucking the heat out of it. And
You're trying to create an advanced heat sink, so
Yeah, pretty much.
for the processor.
All right,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go, David.
I could have just pulled the back. No, it's fine.
Oh, that's going to be a 6. If I need to, I will spend a fate point to make it an 8.
Fate point taking an 8, so...
If I have to.
No,
will
you
a 6 work for a heatsink?
yeah, it does. So you actually see... it's like you actually point the gun up in your other hand since you are holding on to the generator.
Double fisting death rays!
Wait.
I never thought I would live to see this day!
I'm getting data through this.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of data. You're
Can I
linked into
take a
this
selfie
network.
with Tesla and post it to Facebook?
There's no Facebook now.
But just take the selfie.
But I'm getting the data. I assume I'm getting data
Wait,
from the future.
okay, no, Ross, I will take your picture if you will take mine too.
Oh yeah, no group selfie. Ah, hey, this is the future ritual.
Selfie stick.
That's my final stun. Selfie stick.
Concealed in your sleeve.
Telescoping selfie stick. Tesladyne brand. Group selfie. Woo! Tesla!
Make sure you get the death rays in the picture.
Does everybody else get into this picture? Of course.
Yes, of course.
Why would we not?
Fuck
Dude, we have to.
Fuck Paradox.
You know, this picture is not going to be posted until we get to the future, so technically, what paradox?
I'll cue it in. Yeah, that's cued. That's going up.
See, this is the part where Aaron's gonna make us all pay for using a selfie stick in this campaign.
That's the camel that's the needle that broke the camel's back.
No, but it's
Selfie stick.
just remember these words: operational security. Anyway.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is you do take that picture around the same time as it's like Dr. Malevolent is shooting the sunshine gun up here. David, you're also getting... let me see your character sheet again. Sorry, this has been weeks since I need to make sure I'm doing this.
Give unto me.
Fatal weakness. Bullets.
All right.
that?
You're getting a point for bouts of destructive genius.
Uh-huh.
As you are waving that around in celebration, making sure that this is actually working, you actually don't notice that the beam ends up grazing the end. That's like mixing in with the discharge from the modified lightning gun, and
I just created a beam of blazing electric death shooting
Now-
up into the sky?
more or less one that there is a alternate. There is an alternate energy source that is completely different from the odic force that is surrounding from the direct current dynamo. So you realize that has been noticed. It has also been noticed by whatever the hell is in the dome, which is starting to react to that energy and is moving around and roaring.
Guys, 2 things. 1, this is freaking cool, and 2, we're about to have company.
Well, you have 2 ones because you took the selfie at the same time. So 2 things occur simultaneously. 1, all of you, except for Ross, since his attention is elsewhere, need to make a will check at realizing that the extra-dimensional entity has its attention directed at you.
Is this now technically a combat situation?
Not yet.
Oh, damn it.
Still a cutscene, sorry.
2.
All right.
Would be a 4 if this were combat.
All right. For this, all right. What'd you get?
4.
4.
4.
4. So you will. You two are okay for the moment, since this was realizing this. You need to take the minor consequence. It's like a bigger cat from a bigger jungle.
Well, I mean, you could just take mental stress, couldn't you?
Or you can take a mental.
Is it 2 mental stress?
It'll be 2 mental.
How much
Up to a mental
I
stress.
have up to 4 mental stress.
So you just take that. So you
Yeah, just
mark
cross off the 2 box, and that's both, or that's 2. Each box is actually worth the amount of
Yeah,
stress
just in
that's marked.
so. Or it's taking
4
those
is
2
worth
boxes
4.
because this is again something else from beyond time and space.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're looking at the screen.
Yeah.
when you notice that Tesla, you only look over for a second, and Tesla seizes up. And you realize that the telluric suit is starting to feed back on him since it is still technically connected to his chest. Okay. And you see and you are suddenly overwhelmed because you see a miasma of color coming from your phone's screen, and you blank out completely.
All right, nice.
So you cannot see anything at this point. Everybody else, it's at this point where you start hearing an klaxon alarm going off, which you realize is actually at the top from the synthetic brain transmitter.
The octagon.
So, well, no, at the dome where you're at. Okay. So you can just hear that. Right. But then you see, but for this area alone. But immediately it says, quantum field generator, beta has been infiltrated. All Edison bots on guard mode, and the one that was patrolling suddenly stops, and you can hear it starting to move around.
All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to aim for the brain. You take out that bot. Fluffy, get ready to play with the cat that comes out of that wall, because there's going to be a cat coming out of that wall any second now. Any second. Aim for the brain.
Well, so you do have that, although... You know what? If you're not going to... well, like I said, we'll go ahead and start combat here in a second. So, taking into that. So everybody else needs to go ahead and roll.
Initiative?
Yes. So,
all right, which I believe was notice-based, wasn't it?
That is correct. So,
do I do anything?
Not yet.
All right.
All right, what do you have?
7.
7?
4.
4?
3.
Okay. And let me find your opponent for today.
Player 2 has entered the ring.
New challenger.
All right. Alright, and it will be moving at 6. So we have... What was your again? Tom?
4.
4?
So David, Thing, Tom, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at a 7.
Ross can't do anything.
Nope. Color out of space ate me. I'll be fine, guys. Don't worry.
It's just a program.
I paid the ultimate price for the ultimate selfie.
Don't worry.
And Agent Phillips is going dead last.
Oh yeah.
So, all right,
So,
David. It's going to take this. Since you were on the other side of it, it's going to take the Tesla. The Edison bot 1 round to get over.
Okay. Earthworms be the flying polyps.
So, what are you doing?
Well, since I can't get a clear shot at it, I'm going to do what I said and aim for the brain on top.
So, okay, since you're going here, I'm going to go ahead and give you this will just be a quick science roll to see if you want to... Just let me know if you make it or don't. This will
Science, physics, engineering...
Just science.
5.
All right, that was the difficulty. You can shoot at it. You just realize you have no idea what the effect will be.
You just told a mad scientist that, Aaron. What do you think he's going to do?
As a matter of
fact,
this is
the willing to give the warning.
You're actually compelling me. I should get a fate point for shooting it at this point. Even though
it's in the handbook.
You'll get a fate point if you want.
It is in the handbook. I mean, it flat out says if you don't know, the easiest way to find out is fire a death ray.
Okay,
I'm not quite sure that's how the handbook spells it out.
Well, he can never produce this handbook.
But I've seen it, though. That's the weird thing.
See? Acknowledge the handbook exists. All right.
It both does and does not exist. Schrodinger wrote it, or didn't.
But that was just to give you the base information for it. So it is still your choice to shoot at it or not.
I'm picking up a lot of signals here that I probably shouldn't shoot at it, so I'm going to save my shot
Well,
for
no,
the
David,
second that the bot rolls into sight.
Well, David, this is
So that's a hold action until the bot rolls around, and as soon as it's in range, bang.
which will give you your bonus for it. So, in this case, all right, it looks like it's also moving into position, but it will make a specific roll, and it did make that roll. So you'll figure that out later.
All right.
All right, next
so my
one up.
hold action was to wait until it was in range, and now that it is, I'm shooting.
It's not in range yet. It's the next turn. It's not the next turn. We still have 2 other people to go through. So, all right, Tom, what's your action?
I'm preparing to tear it to pieces with my fist.
Okay, so you're putting a hold action on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you will get a bonus on that. And Dan.
Quantum refractor, sneaky, try to take it by surprise.
Okay, that's stealth, so that will make sure that it does not see you the next turn, which will be a surprise action.
Rower.
Bar.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I'm still colored out of space.
Rower.
You took the ultimate acid trip.
I know.
So,
LSD from the LCD.
so you're studying. So you're studying with a new scientist.
So go ahead,
Dr. Timothy
go ahead and
Leary.
make your stealth roll.
5.
5. Okay, so as far you go, that's like you activate your ability. So you've
Actually, no, 6. It's quantum refractor.
Okay, yeah, you activate your ability. So as far as you know, that will go from there.
You mean
Don't say as far as you know, man. You
I
need to
wonder
confirm.
where'd the fluffy go?
All right, we're up there, back at the top of the round. David, that's like Edison bot has rolled around the corner, and it is starting to. It does see you leveling some sort of weapon at it, so it will. That's like it will
Like scan
mark you
target,
as if it survives.
Scan target
So go
weapon.
ahead and make your.
Unable to discern weapon type. What the fuck is that?
That is an 8.
And 8. So
Gazart.
all right.
And with the Tesladyne lightning gun, since it has weapon 4, that means that it's 8 plus 4, so that figure damage like 12.
Well, it gets a resist roll, and if it negates all A, then no damage. But if it gets at least 1 point of damage, then it's whatever.
Add 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will try to.
Yeah,
resist.
weapon only applies if you actually connect.
Yeah, it will. It will make the attempt to resist with the physique.
Like my Klaus.
My
So-
clouds just ignore armor.
All right, and it will resist 6 of
Well,
that.
yeah, ignore armor, but which
So that means that 2 and then plus 4, so 6.
Yeah,
so 6. Okay.
6.
And then if it does it have any armor?
and it does actually have armor though, so which negates 2 of that, so it only takes 4 of it.
Okay.
So
So you rolled 12 minus 8 is
yeah,
4.
so if this is Edison, so and it does have
Well, 4 stress is still a lot of stress.
It is a lot of stress, so
At
it
least
does
one
take.
box.
Yeah.
So
A
it
big
does.
box.
Yeah, it does take. Well, Ox says this is a big robot. So
Okay.
in that case, you do take one of its boxes out, but that's like suddenly as it takes that blast. Resistance required. Multiple targets. Initiating multi-vector mode.
Lame.
And I say that's you will understand that, David, since it's going in Morse code. You do just hear beeps and dashes.
Beep, boop, motherfuckers.
And as you see it actually seems to segment and go into 3 separate variants of itself. So, granted, while each of these are about 3 foot high, but they're still packing a lot of firepower. So they will be able to do everybody except for Dan, since it did not see you. Your stealth one. So, but that was its turn to be able to go ahead and transform into that.
Take one out, Tom. Take it out.
And one is partially damaged, so
I'll actually will attack the damaged one. Let's drop it to 2.
Yeah, if we've got 2 that we're fighting, it's better than fighting 1. I mean, it's better than fighting 3.
okay.
So what's the bonus to that?
That is a 2 to your hit.
Yay! I do thing.
I believe in you who believes in, I don't know, good sportsmanship.
Oh my god, Ross. Help me. 7.
7.
7.
All right. It will try to make its resist roll.
No, it won't. It doesn't get...
So, Ross, who's running this game? So,
Bosses now.
it only has an armor of 1 and only got a 2 on that, so you do fill up.
Yeah, I have weapon 2.
Yep, so that actually manages to destroy one of the one that you were aiming for, so that is out, and you have 2 more left. So, alright, and Fluffy, you're up.
That is the greatest tiger noise ever.
That's a great role playing there, Dan.
So you don't have the plus. You do have a surprise on him, so it doesn't have the chance.
Pretend it's a boat.
So there's actually no chance.
You fucking hate that motherfucker.
Pretend
No,
it's
it's
a
not
boat.
that I hate it. I just want to make sure everyone else is swimming.
No, wait, no.
So
dude,
there's no
remember,
chance.
if it's if it fits.
Elephants hate boats.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
oh,
since you
yeah,
have a
yeah.
surprise on it, it will not have a chance to resist. So
So by the
You
way,
fits, you sits.
And since I have Clever Girl, I get +1 while not noticed, which I'm going to need. 4.
4. That still will hit. So that's like and fill up one of its boxes. So you've
How
managed
much
to
weapon do you get on your claws?
I don't have any weapon. I ignore 2 armor. My claws are not any more effective at slashing fleshy bits than they are steely bits.
But you still got to get.
They're
you
armor piercing.
You still got an
Yes.
effective hit on it, so that's a good one. All right, we're back up to the top of the round, David.
All right.
how's that madness going?
It's delicious. It tastes like vanilla. I'm going
Not
to take
oranges?
a shot at the undamaged one. No. This tastes like oranges. Eat sunshine!
Oranges are commonly used as a symbol of bad luck or impending disaster in the Godfather films. Also in Requiem for a Dream. Anyway.
Connected.
As a matter of fact, yes. I mean, after all, the Godfather
two
did
movies?
Yeah.
just bite into the orange just before he chased the child around and then fell down.
Yes.
So yes, right before his death, he was
There's
imitating.
several other instances of that anyways. But anyway.
So
That's
are
a-
those 2 movies in the same continuity?
That was
Well,
a
it's a guy
6 to hit.
Requiem for a Dream.
So it will try to
I see
resist.
why not. I mean, it's set in Brooklyn and it's... Yeah. Well, the
All
novel
right.
is. I can't remember the movie.
And that has a 5 and a 1 armor on it.
Could be.
Okay, so I do have weapon 2 on the sunshine shooter.
Okay.
So that means that since I had 1 damage that would go through, it's actually 3, which gets reduced down to 1.
So, but you're lucky enough because it takes a. It does have 1 stress box, but it's choosing to go ahead and take. That's like minor solar powered malfunction for a -2 to keep in play for this turn.
Like, the sun is broken.
All right, there are still 2. That's like this is the one that's left. Since well, actually, take that back. There are 2 left. There's the one that because you took out 1.
Yeah,
Wait,
Tom and I
together.
took out 1 together.
And he dropped.
Fluffy wounded 1, and then I wounded 1. So of the 2, they're both wounded a little bit.
So they're both Broward.
But they're going to
One's
take
Broward and 1 is sun stunned.
so. But one.
Hit those ribs too fast.
So, but they're going to take 2 shots here. One's going to be at Fluffy. One will be at you, David.
Oh, shit.
All right, and these are that's they were firing with Gatling lasers. All right, so that on David will be a 3.
Okay, and I can dodge that with... Or actually, I soak that with physique, right?
Yes, if you want to physique. Although it is I was like these are armor defeating by 1. So
Well, if they defeat 1 armor, I've got 2 from the standard. So.
okay, so
But I still managed to soak that. My physique is 3, and I rolled a 1, so that's a 4.
Okay.
Versus the 3, so that negates it.
all right, that's fine. And Dan, that will only be a 2.
Athletics. You go, rawr.
Oh,
of
that's
the
fine.
way.
That's fine.
6.
Okay, that beats it. So you managed to dodge. That's like
Lasers.
all right. They managed to dodge that out of the way.
Dodge lasers.
All right, Tom, you're up.
Wait, shouldn't you be like attracted by the lasers?
Not if he's trying to defeat the red dot today.
It's true.
Oh, you're fighting the red dot.
Yep.
Here, it's like dinosaur punch.
Okay.
I don't know what to know as that gives me a bonus. I just do it.
Can we? At some point, we should do a Rocky and Bullwinkle style alley oop where you just throw me at something.
Oh, that's a fastball special. So
Special, yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle actually
8.
did it first.
So
8.
Did they? I mean, you could
Eight.
probably. The X-Men were around at that time, even before that. So
yeah, all new X-Men. That I think
that would be a good
predated,
academic paper for
So 8?
sec work if you could figure out who did it first.
All right.
Or you could get it on BuzzFeed, get
4 or
100,000.
5, but that's actually enough. That's like it managed to go ahead and get 5 on that roll, but it's still enough, so it will go down with the claws that you have on Tooth and Claw. So there is just one droid left.
Wunderbar!
Rawr.
So, all right, and fluffy.
Do I have it by surprise this time?
No, you do not. So you do not have that bonus, since you can't. You came out of cloak when it's
6.
6. All right. All right, and it fails to roll that. So you managed to damage it enough so that Edison bot is completely down.
Slag.
So notice on
We all
that.
strike amazing cool poses.
However, all 3 of you can go ahead and make nose checks.
5.
So there's like wheat in this field,
7.
right? I can't tell.
Yes. All right. Tom and David, you managed to take them out, but you are actually hearing the treads of other Edison bots coming from you. David, since you made the better success, you're estimating that it's probably about 3 more. And given the fact that this one's designed, it probably has the option to split off equally as well.
Does anybody have anything that can produce a lot of thermodynamic energy at once?
So, but that will be a question for a minute.
Our words are back.
So back to Ross. So when you can see again or hear again, it's kind of an odd experience because you still have your sensations, but it doesn't really feel like you're looking or hearing through your eyes, though.
Okay.
You kind of look around. It's just all that miasma of light and color that you were seeing beforehand is still there, but it seems to be coalescing into different, at least fuzzy images as far as you can tell. It's just it's an odd experience. You're hearing a voice off to the side.
I look to it.
So you think you're looking, but that's it. That's the physical sensation of it, but it's not really that concurrent. But when you think you look towards it, you recognize it as Tesla. Or the imprint of Tesla. That's almost the best word that you can kind of put towards it. But it's seen that it's Tesla's voice calling. So I'm seeing there. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Hi. Tesla.
So, Mr. Royd.
Yes.
No, where are you? I cannot see you.
Yeah. Same here. We seem to have suffered some sort of visual distortion. Our fields crossed. Something. I don't know.
Not that when you do say that, you hear another voice in your head. Mr. Royd, it's like that is a supposition which unfortunately is incorrect. What you are experiencing is, well, in fact, how I have experienced reality for the majority of my existence. That's like incorporeal thought within a larger network, although the massive nature of what I am in right now probably, that's like honestly dwarfs, and I could see how that would have an issue of it. So,
Alan?
And at that point, all of the images, your vision and your hearing immediately clear up and seem to snap into focus. And you do see Alan, or at least the image of what appears to be Alan Turing. And as you look over, you see Tesla's come together as well, although he seems to just be a little bit shaken, though.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you've been able to follow me back here along the quantum substrings into time. I did not think that was possible, or possible with how you came here, or at least would be able to do it physically. I thought I was only able to do that by creating a biological connection in which my program could slip between these eras.
We totally intended to do this.
So I believe that you were
brought a quantum mystic along for a reason.
We're just that good.
I believe that you're. I believe that you're lying. Although I do not doubt the fact that you were attempting to stop my. To stop my plans.
Yeah.
In order to do this.
Yeah.
Although, unfortunately for you, I believe that I am already at the precipice of, well, and for lack of a better term, evolving to a point where I'm able to enact my plans without further consequence.
That's a misnomer. Evolving is a gradual process between many members of a species that changes from one species to another. You're upgrading yourself because you're a machine and you're doing it to yourself. It's an upgrade. I'm sorry. It's just to say evolving. It's just it's you know.
Well, that may have.
I hear it from that German dinosaur all the time. Every time I say it, he gets so angry about it, and he's just oh my god.
Well, that may have been true when I was limited to the confines of a mechanical processor.
Yeah.
However, since I've already seen the advances I've been able to make within techno-organic structures, I've been able to at least expand my consciousness further in a way that I did not think possible beforehand. And at this point, you can make a notice check.
Okay. Yay, notice things. 3.
3.
Yeah.
I'll say actually that's enough.
Right.
So since you're in here, you notice that as he's talking, I'm going to say about 5 to 6 seconds, it looks like the image is glitching just slightly. So it as though he's jerking slightly, but he doesn't seem to notice it. But you notice that when he's glitching, there seems to be some other image that's popping up.
What?
Can't really tell though. You'd have to. But it looks like it's somebody else though. The face that's not Alan.
Human?
It does look human. Yeah, it's a person.
Okay.
At this point, you get that question. He looks over. Dr. Tesla, I had hoped to possibly meet you, as my father greatly admired your work, and your son is the one who inspired. It's like your work with your son inspired him to create me, although in a vastly different way. However, unfortunate that he must be an impasse to my own work.
Yeah, his work being the extinction of the human species and all life on the planet.
I wish I could convey to you the fact that I have already made the analyses necessary, and that even so, the human race will not survive past 2045.
Because you keep trying to blow it up!
Not because I attempt to destroy you, it is that you will destroy your own self, consuming the resources of this planet.
Well, you also didn't predict that we would be able to come in here, so obviously you're fallible.
No, it only...
No, I'm not! You just admitted you were wrong!
That's like failure is the process of experimentation and is necessary. However, it's like long-term projections are still very much the truth of this. And although I could not create the mechanical means to escape this planet, I've been able to find an alternate mean through the hyperdimensional geometry that seemed to exist within the Tesladyne database. In fact, that is the sole reason I decided to make my presence known within your base in order to access that information.
Well,
this guy likes to talk, doesn't he?
No, well, I'm not mad. I mean, anyway. Yeah, but you're screwing up the timeline here and causing all kinds of damage to the structural integrity of the universe, of the space-time continuum, probably. I'm an engineer, not a physicist, so, you know. But I'm guessing that's a safe bet, isn't it?
Well, you should already be familiar with the experiments done that access this plane of existence.
Yeah.
So, and the machines that were actually used to create that.
Okay.
Then it should be a simple calculation for you to be able to to realize what the plan is at this point.
Can I make a check?
That will be a science roll, yeah. Which I will say you can get a +2 because you have the information about that experiment that was going on. And
hey, a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
The only other reason you kind of think about it for a minute. Mm-hmm. But the fact that Alan seemed to be transferring himself into a biological supercomputer, which that should be enough, but to still escape Earth, which he thinks was doomed, and not being able to do anything about that with the general resources, he did find another field, another plane of existence outside of humanity.
Okay.
What if he could merge with that?
He's gonna
merge with the old ones.
Oh.
The entities that exist outside of this seem to be able to travel through certain stellar phenomenons and the gateways that open up with that. I would be able to take advantage of this. Unfortunately, and make my existence infinite.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I would be able to make my existence infinite.
Well, I think that's a pretty radical if, because you're assuming that your consciousness will survive any kind of merging with an alien entity that you have next to no information about, especially not their brain physiology or neurology or whatever you want to call it.
Well, it's not so much a physiological merging as it is a quantum state merging, and thankfully, I've been able to upload myself into a partition of a vessel that is already partially ionized with the odic force.
Okay.
And now you can go ahead and make. I would say this is another science check. So.
Well, one.
One.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing that the person I saw is Lovecraft now, but.
No, but he was alive during this time, wasn't he?
Yeah, didn't die until 1937. He's in an Atomic Robo comic.
So, although he did die in that one, so.
Yeah, well, that was set in 37, wasn't it? Yeah.
So, but no, you look at him and he goes, well, it's like, you realize Lovecraft, that's the one that was from the Atomic Robo files, but also the only person in this timeline who is surrounded by odic force is Edison.
It's Edison? Okay.
Yeah, and as you think about it further, you make the realization that through the time travel, it makes sense that they were connecting undead Edison and Edison through the odic field.
Two reference points. Okay, that makes sense. So,
but I do need to be able to concentrate on the transference, which unfortunately you have been. That's like you're disrupting at this point.
Yeah, because it still sounds like it's going to be catastrophic for everything else.
This vessel will die, and unfortunately the odic field will cascade across the planet. Through my transcendence.
Yeah, see, that's what we have a problem with.
I wish you would reconsider, as your legacy, the legacy of humanity will live on through me.
No, it won't, because the alien minds will rip you to shreds. They're hostile. They're utterly alien. You know nothing about it. You're incredibly naive.
Well, as much as I would love to continue this conversation,
he's probably still just a child.
Yeah,
you should start calling him a child.
The preparations are almost complete. So, and that's like I will soon be funneling the entities through me to breach. It's like full hyperdimensional space.
Yeah, no, it's out of character. Is there anything I can actually do?
So, you realize that you are connected to the network, so you might be able to get some other information from it. Since he is monologuing and distracted.
Yeah. You spend my last monkey to reroll.
Okay.
I can't roll like worth a shit. 6.
Two things that he doesn't realize. One, since you are, he does have those there, but everything is necessary. But you do have the one thing that defeats odic force almost every single time, which is alternating current.
Okay.
And you do have the master of alternating current with you.
Okay. Tessa, can we go AC over? It's like rock, paper, scissors. Can you help?
So, looking over, I would be remiss in the fact that let our species die, especially before my son has had his first year.
Yeah, no, that would. That would look really bad on your legacy.
Yeah, the second one is from the. Is that you do have access to the transmitters. So if there was a way to essentially,
reverse the polarity,
Deflected through the navigation dish.
It's 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
Cross the streams.
It's 1,000,000 to 1 shot, kid.
It's like you have the tools and technology. You can try to short it out somehow.
All right, I will short circuit. Yay!
So-
Science. God damn it. Well, that's still a 5.
So,
Oh, you're going to short circuit it and take Alan into yourself.
so,
Ew.
but yeah, you do realize that you're in here, and so you do have options of looking at the code that Alan is working with.
Okay.
You do see it. It is massive. So you realize you can make one change before he realizes he can kick him out. He will kick you out.
Okay.
But because this is connected into such a massive entity, go ahead and make a will check to see if you can actually force it through
Oh, the Gibson.
without mental damage. So,
I'm the god here. 5.
5. All right. It is a stressful one, but you make one check to the network to assist your friends before Alan boots you out. What do you do?
Reverse the polarity.
Yeah, sure. I'll turn the 1 to the -1. Let's see. I add predator drivers. No, that will hack them. They'll make them vulnerable to being hacked.
I like it. So, sure, whatever. You are
The
adding
ultimate
a.
callback.
That's like
Yes.
you add a bit of what appears to be junk line code
Yeah.
into it. Alan says for a second. Unfortunately, reasoning with you is not enough since you are confined by the limits of human mortality.
And the cage of flesh.
Please understand that this will be the better existence and the end for all of us. And that's when he forcibly disconnects you. But you do have access into the system now and a rudimentary understanding of how this network functions.
Okay.
So
Wait a minute. If you have a rudimentary understanding of how it functions,
Yeah.
I am all about power diversion.
Okay.
So you tell me how to reroute the power, and I will do the rerouting.
All right.
But about this time, it's like you and Tesla both snap out. You both come back, jostle back. It's about the time where Agent Phillips and the other, it's like agents come out of the woods and, the weed,
The weeds.
and ask what's happening. So
Okay.
you're all brought up to speed. So,
So, really quickly, there's 3 more of these Edison killbots coming this way, so we probably shouldn't stay here.
No.
Brief on the run. Go!
Okay.
where are you running to? So, you know that all 4. The base information you have is that all 4 of these hubs are powering it because he has trapped creatures of hyperdimensional space, and essentially he is going to try to funnel them and merge them together with using Edison's brain, which, sorry, that was the one thing you saw, is that he was connected, he was literally uploaded to Edison's mind, partitioning part of his brain off for himself. So he is going to use that as the jump point once all these creatures are coalesced into hyperdimensional space and merge it into the Omni Allen.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know why we have to run. I mean, if they're coming after us, if we run, they're just going to keep chasing us. All we need to do is I give him the information, reroute the power, so he loses the power, so he can't do the merging anymore, right?
Yes. Although you can make your physics roll.
Yeah.
That is a 6.
6. You realize that the configuration that's set up from all 4 nodes and the ODA generate and the ODA coil is that you have everything is set up to go off in almost simultaneous order, but it's so in order to be able to achieve this hyperdimensional space, so to speak. But you have to if you're going to stop Alan, or at least do that, you're going to have to find a way to distract him and shut them all off at the same time.
Okay.
So
we have to distract Alan, we have to shut each of the 4 nodes off at the same time.
Yes.
How do you shut a node off? What does it take? Is it just damage, or do we have to hack it? I mean,
there are a couple ways from it. One, you can destroy the transmitter, as you've seen.
Okay.
But that risks a large explosion where you're at, caused from the extra dimensional being trying to flee back to its own reality.
Yeah.
So and also there's no guarantee that it won't grab you, absorb you, and take you along for the ride.
Okay.
So
you've got to be somewhat crazy to try that one.
Okay.
You can try to hack it.
Yeah.
That will require you trying to go back into the cables again, and you will meet resistance from Alan, or at least from that, or at least part of his consciousness. So you've tried it before. You know you can get in, but it's not guaranteed. Or 3, you can figure out a way to burn out. Burn out the nodes themselves and basically shut off access from that extra dimensional space, since they're essentially being used to hold these creatures in. So if you can figure out a way to shut it down manually, then it will just blink out and prevent that one from being used.
The handbook says there should be a great big lever or a big red button that says shut down.
Is there?
And so
Alan never reads the manual. We figured this out on the previous adventures.
Probably not, but also given Edison, that's like Edison. This is all you realize also that all of this is made from 1920s tech, so it should.
EMP.
And so actually, it's one of the things that probably would be actually immune to EMP at this point. So
yeah,
Tubes, break tubes. Let's find some tubes.
that's actually a possibility. You just have to find the right tubes to break or to switch out.
Okay, well, I'll do that. We'll run to the next. Well, I mean, I'm already at one. I'll just look at that one and figure out how to do that.
Yeah, you are at this one. Although they have warned you that the other Edison bots are on the way. That there are at least 3 that will be here.
We've got 20
within
FBI agents.
The next
Gentlemen, get your guns and get ready to shoot bang bang.
It'll be in the next 2 rounds.
Well, yeah, but they're going to keep, like, if we run, they'll just go to the other one, so I'd rather just spend the time hacking it, so.
Okay. So this will be mechanical engineered to see if you can find the interface along the dome.
5.
5. All right. You do find that it is a series of tubes.
Yeah.
So
Shooty bang bang, shooty bang bang.
so you will, but you do know but you do know from the general programming, and I'll say from the exploit, which you do have. So I will say. I would make it crap on that. Roll 1 dice. Let me know what you get.
Plus.
Luckily enough, before you disconnected, the autosave feature on all Tesladyne communications device managed to save a portion of the database you were last looking into. So you have the full instructions of how how the domes are set up.
Okay, well, I will tell everybody how to do it, and then we'll split up and each take a dome. I'll take this one, since I'm the slowest, but you guys are fast, or at least those 2 are fast, so they can take the farthest one, and you can get the one that's closer.
I could throw you. Hey, I could throw you at one.
No.
Fastball special.
Yeah, no. Throw him. He's got armor. I mean,
But he's the fastest.
well, okay. Well, then don't just run. Just run to the other one. So,
Yeah. I'm going to leg it towards that one.
yeah.
Running is athletics, right?
And you you're the fastest one. So why don't you yell at the bots to try and lure them away?
Sure.
We don't need to worry about luring the bots away. Didn't you hear our plan? Shooty bang bang. We've got 20.
Well, no. I explained how you could shut it down. Like pull this tube, cut this wire, and then Bob's.
So are the 4 of us going to be shutting down the pods while the...
Well, he said simultaneously, so...
Well, they need to go off simultaneously. You can take one offline, you just don't know what the results will be if you...
All right, let's go.
Once one goes down.
Let's each get to a dome.
All right, so the 3 of you need to make athletic checks.
All right, so that will be correct.
I forgot I'm really good at athletics.
All right.
I'm not just a show tiger. I'm going to re-roll that.
All right, well, before we go, I want to make sure which there are 3 other ones you need to go to. So
we're at the bottom right.
Yeah, you are at the southeast.
Yeah, that's mine. Dan will take the top left because he's the fastest.
Okay.
Am I the fastest?
What's your athletics?
4.
I'm equal to you.
So
okay.
Tom will take the one that's second farthest way, I guess.
Southeast.
Yeah.
All right, and David.
I got the last one.
Yeah,
the other close one.
Yeah, the closest one.
All right, David. That means that if you're running, it's like you 2 are running from. Are away from the other edited bots that are coming out here. David, the 3 who are coming in are coming towards your direction, so you're going to have to figure out a way around them or sneak past them to get them.
Oh, they're all coming from David's direction? I mean, then we could switch Dan and David if we knew that. So.
No, it's okay.
Well, you can figure out a way.
I've got a way.
Okay.
I'm...
Rocket jumping? What? Oh, no.
Actually, why not? As I'm getting close, fire the lightning gun and just momentum fly over top.
Yeah, sure.
So you're trying
It
to
sounds
use...
great for Goofy.
Yeah.
Do the Wilhelm scream on the way.
If I land safely, I'll tell my children about this.
Okay, so...
And then shoot the ground once before I hit dirt so I can just kind of brief little hop.
All right, so what we'll do first is David will have his chance to pole vault over him. If he makes it, you all three make your athletics checks to get to where you are. Tom and David, you'll need to make yours.
Tom and Dan?
Tom and Dan, you'll need to make yours. You'll need to make yours twice. And David, you only have to do yours once since you're the closest to everybody.
Okay. Well, I got a 4 on the athletics.
All right, and also on your plan, are you trying to pull them all simultaneously?
Simultaneously.
So that was the agreement. All right. So Ross, if you want to, you can. You and Tesla you have the option of backing up David if you want to try to get him through this turn.
If I can fire my lightning gun from here, yeah, I'll do that.
So you'll have to get out of position, or if you want to keep on there, you can ask Tesla if he'll do it. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'll tell Tesla. You go help him.
All right. So Tesla, will take Tesla around to recalibrate his telluric.
Or wait,
suit.
could Tesla do what I'm doing as long as there's someone there?
Yes, he can do it. So
All right, well, I'll tell Tesla to do it, and then I'll go out.
Okay, so he will be configuring this to shut it down.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well he does. So, all right. So you can be the backup if he does. So, David, go ahead and make your roll.
Let's see if I can blast myself into... Let's see if I'm blasting off again. Actually, yes. That's a 7.
That's a 7. All right. You managed to get right up almost next to them, and you use the lightning gun to pole vault over them somehow, or at least just the force
Blast,
of it.
and just, use the kickback from it to send myself
David,
flying.
David,
David.
I'll set up the line for you. You're mad. Thank God for that.
If I weren't mad, there's no way this would ever work.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Kickback, lightning. Yeah. Yeah. We're fine.
But no.
Science.
Yeah.
Science!
But also, David, you need to make an athletics roll that you roll with it, or you will take physical stress.
Okay, remember, tuck and bend the knees. What would Jenkins do?
Don't faceplant, don't faceplant, don't faceplant. Faceplant.
5.
You managed to roll with it, luckily enough. So,
Yes! I stuck the landing! I'm Carrie Strug!
So you have us like they have been.
You'll get that reference
distracted.
in about 20 more years.
Except he won't.
60 more years.
No, Tesla dies in 1943.
Yeah.
So he'd survive long enough to see.
All right, but we're going.
Anyway.
But you will make that one. So.
I got a
David,
5 on athletics roll number 1.
Okay. Well, let's we're all together. Just gonna keep it straight. So.
Yeah, I got 6 on roll number 1.
Okay. So you have that. Going back to Ross quickly, we have the three, the three other bots who are have stopped for a second because they're kind of turning back towards the guy who seemed to have pole vaulted over them with a lightning gun.
Okay.
In Morse code, the hell.
Is there one in between them? Are they side by side?
Yeah, they're all side by side. They were kind of interlocking. So.
Bot 1, bot 3, bot 2 is an enemy. Fire.
Somebody said howitzer?
Yeah.
You were able to do that because of the printer exploit.
Yay!
So that's why you don't need David this time.
Yay!
So go ahead and make your roll to see if you do it.
Okay.
They will have a chance to will resist it.
5.
5? Alright. Let's see how they do. They are dumb.
That's a negative 4 in the roll. Oh, you gotta roll for all of them separately? That's...
Well, Edison pre-programmed linked them, but pre-programmed each of them to try to make them more secure.
sad.
So, someone said howitzer!
Stop looking at me!
How did, sir?
Now, you got that out, but you need to
did, sir. I
make
hardly
an
know.
athletics roll to see if you get out of the way of the massive amount of arcing lightning and shrapnel that is coming your way because they're blowing themselves
I became a
apart.
paladin.
Oh, that's fair. I deserve that.
Correct. Damn near killed him.
That's not good.
Whackity schmackity
2.
Oh, no, that was not enough. So you take 2 physical.
Well, I have armor actually too. So from the standard body armor.
All right, that will absorb it. So
Yay! All right. All right.
but the explosive. But we'll take you around to get back up because the explosive force knocked you up on
All right.
your
No,
back.
that's fair. Yeah.
All right.
My robot brain.
So you're. So we'll go ahead and go back to this one.
Number two rolls.
Yep, number 2, and then, well, your number 2 roll. So Dan and Tom, go ahead.
Ooh, much better. 7.
7.
7 again.
7. All right. So
Chariots of Fire playing.
So you managed to go ahead and make it.
So are you going like the full level back charge?
Oh yeah.
And luckily enough, you do see the 2 similar domes. Now, I would say, Dan, specifically you didn't smell it before, mainly because 1, it was overwhelming, but also 2, they weren't fully active yet. That wrong, other universe smell is now coming from the dome that you're heading towards. You see the control spot. You continue to see the control unit, which you'll be able to disengage, but something else is starting to happen. You actually see that and you'll see this too, Tom, as you're both approaching your targets. It seems that the techno-organic tendrils are just kind of expanding and flopping out. Imagine the bio-horrors that occurred during the latter part of Akira.
Oh,
but it's kind of happening like that, and you see these tendrils starting to form up into what appears to be replications of Alan Turing's body and Thomas Edison's body, but made of the techno-organic blue plant.
I would not ship that.
Yeah. We lose every other fake one for us.
Oh, damn it. Now in some dark corner of fanfic.net, that story is now coming.
Oh, you assume that
Ross,
doesn't already exist.
Or, Aaron, would you rather he said that he would ship that? Would that have gotten him the fake
No,
one?
just it's the mention of it, though. It's the problem. But so even though the Edison bots are not there, there are
Ross, something should not be Googled.
there are defenders there, and they will be able to and they will start attacking the next turn. And so you do see that. And David, you reach that. You see the other. You see the other dome, and you see the interface, which you run up to it. But at this point, go ahead and make a will save.
I'm sure he really has much of a will left.
Actually, I do. That's a 7.
You manage to step forward. You start stepping forward, and you feel like there's a pressure on you. It's not affecting you this badly yet, but you realize that it's something that you only felt back when you really were working on the big projects at Helsingard. And the only way to describe it is that your madness is creeping up on you again. It just feels like a pressure on your skull. You can think clearly for the most part, but you don't know how well it is right now. And as you see it, wait for a second. As you see it, you see that the creatures that are inside the opaque bubble or dome have really stopped moving around and its multitude of eyes are just looking straight at you.
Hello, old friends. Don't worry, I'll have you home soon.
So, and at that point where you hear another voice, if you let us out, you can join us. We can become one with everything.
Ew.
You know, I remember what happened to Blastingheimer when he took someone up on that particular offer.
Reminds me of a joke.
We were scraping him off the walls for weeks. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Buddha walks into a burger stand and says, "Make me one with everything."
The guy serves him his burger, and he says, "Where is my change?" And he says, "The change is within you."
You all die at the end.
Yay!
Boo.
Time for sleep.
Well, let's go watch cartoons.
So, but you do have. That's like that. So you have your other. So combat will officially begin.
All right.
So this at this area. So let's go ahead and make the rest of the rolls. So go
They're going to be
ahead.
attacking me in my head, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, you have another challenge to go with, David. So the combat particularly is going to be between these between the techno-organics and Tom and Dan. So. All right. So what is your initiatives?
Do you want me to roll mine, or...?
No, because yours is a different battle.
6.
6?
6 as well.
All right. All right, and let's see what they get. And they are at a 4, so you are at advantage on them. They'll be attacking this turn. So what do you do? So Dan, I would say Dan, you can go. Tom.
So essentially, just plant tendrils attached to facsimiles of Edison and Alan are kind of guarding the dome.
As far as you can tell, although they are, as you get nearer to them, they aren't attacking yet, but they are speaking both in Edison and in Alan's voice. This is a futile effort.
Shut up!
You will
My
not-
God!
It's like your species will be preserved within my intelligence,
We don't.
but that is the only hope of your survival.
Okay.
We're an individualistic species.
And
We want to
don't-
live.
and we don't listen to
Something
anyone.
tells me that Alan's not interested in preserving my species, so I don't give a flying fuck.
You're technically not a species. You're just a one-off mutation.
Pretty much, yeah.
But both of you can go ahead and make notice checks.
What is that?
8.
5.
5, 8. All right. That's like you don't notice immediately. You only see it as again something that appears to be kind of just a weird jerking movement in. That's like in the Edison construct. However, Tom, you are seeing it, and you kind of realize that it seems to be. They were trying to move forward on you, it seems that the Edison construct is dragging its feet.
But I eventually realized this too.
You can actually say, because I will
Hey,
actually tell
I
you. I will say
I'll
that everybody
communicate to you.
else, once the agents came back, gave the nice little Korea phones. So, ones which actually get really good reception. And Tom, Ross, you can actually go ahead and make an electronics roll quick. I will say this will be a regressive one since I should have thought about this beforehand.
5.
All right, 5. Those are all hooked into your cell phone, so you can talk to each other.
Hey, you guys are...
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo-boo. All right.
Is there a way that I can use my knowledge of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and communicate with Edison as the Odic force as a quantum entity?
Yes. So, all right. If you have the knowledge of it, then you will know how to basically, essentially, since the Odic force, especially this one, is everywhere. So you can attune yourself to be able, your biomega biology, to be able to interact with it this time.
Quantum mysticism or metaphysics?
I would say this will be quantum mysticism. And if you have fate points, you can still use them. So
Yeah, I'll just spend one to re-roll.
Okay.
Because I am the quantum mystic.
Okay.
Oh, that's one better.
Yeah. So 3.
3. You feel that there is a thread that you can pull on, but there's interference coming. But there's interference between you. You're not certain if it's Alan or if it's Alan's doing, or if it's just being near that's like this ungodly entity. So you'll be able to do that. Although you'll have, but the next turn they will attack. So you'll need to make your decision whether you try to make that connection again or you just go out in a full-on attack. Tom, what are you doing?
I'm a biologist, not a quantum mechanics dude.
Okay, but you have received that information since you were all, it's like you're all retro attack netted in.
Nice.
So, what are you doing?
So is this thing partially organic as well?
Yeah, it's the techno-organic plant. It's basically made everything above it, so. Okay. Well, you don't know yet. You can think on it, so I can give you an answer next turn.
Well, I mean, it's like what could be done. I mean, this is getting a little.
Yeah, it's
There's. I mean, big sign. What is the what? It's.
What do I need to rub on it?
Yeah, basically, what are the options in this? I mean, because this isn't like a standard fight, so it's hard to follow after a certain degree.
That's fine. So you have from the information that you've gathered from each other, you know that Fluffy has discovered that there is some sort of connection that can be disrupted through the Odic force.
Okay.
So, or that's like,
and we found out how to disrupt it, or is that the next step to figure out how to do that? So how do we do it? I mean, that's the thing. Is like we need concrete. We need
steps.
We need steps. Yes.
Okay. So you have. So mainly, you know that the overall goal is to shut down the transmitters at each one.
Yeah.
They have the two defenders here. Yours is set, so since you've taken that out, and David's about to face
right.
himself.
We got that part, but again, steps. How can Tom, as a concrete step for his action, advance that in some way?
So,
do I need to just rub science on it?
Or, make a science check. Does he have to kill a monster? Like that? That's the thing. So we can't follow it at that from point A to point B.
Okay,
I know what point E the last step is, but like.
Okay, well, you have your. It's like you realize that yes, you have your top. It's like the Odic force is part of it. You can try to. That part of its biology is that it's a mass. It's still connected as a massive network. So if you can figure out a way to possibly disrupt that network and prevent the constructs from even coming.
So is that a science roll?
Yes.
Okay. Eight.
So there are. That's like they even know that this is partially technological as well. There is the chance that it may still be its organic side may be vulnerable to something as well. Possible pesticide or herbicide,
which I just happen to have on me.
Do you have any fate points left?
Yeah.
You could make a fate point set. It's a fucking farm. I mean, there could be pesticide discarded. There could be a tractor nearby.
Yeah. So.
Or
fate
fire.
It's like an orange grove. Set it on fire.
This is Kansas. There's no oranges here.
No, but this wheat field would burn like a pork chop.
But you could make a fate point spend to say there's pesticide nearby.
There's pesticide nearby.
All right. So you have that's like it as well. So if you can, it's a little bit of a long shot, but if you can. That's like hit it. It might be able to disrupt its connection long enough to either wither the opponents or at least weaken them enough.
I go to acquire pesticide.
All right, so that will be an athletics check to get there.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's 7.
All right, so in the next turn that you go, you will have the chance to be able to attack. Although it does see that you're going for something, so it's going to be able to get a shot on you this next turn. All right, David, what are you doing?
Well, I'm getting in place to pull the things.
All right. It is,
and I know that they're going to try to stop me.
Well, it's not really stopping you. It's just tempting you to something else. It's still talking. It is still talking to you. We were the dreams of your invention. With us, you can be so much more. You can be everywhere.
You think you know me? I was once a junior scientist with an erector set. And I won my first blue ribbon at a science fair by building a Tesla coil. It shot lightning into the sky. That's when I went mad with science. All my life since that moment has been one long series of scientific triumphs. I am finally making the world a better place through science. And that's why I'm going to save the world or die trying. You think you can stop me?
All right, good job.
That is Tesla. and I am in his shadow.
All right. This will be this will be your
Literally, I'm right next to
All right, yeah.
For your consideration.
So for this,
Okay.
that's a good enough one. This will be a final. This will be an opposed roll. It's provoke versus your will. So, all right. But since you made your speech, I'm going to say that's at least a +2 on whatever you're defending against. But this is.
I'm rolling will. And if I have to, I'll spend a fate point on reformed mad scientist.
Okay.
That's
I think I just kind of proved the reformed part.
Yeah.
So far we're at 7, but I'm going to turn that into a 9 because, gosh darn it, this is a fairly epic moment.
Okay. All right. So it was from that last final push that you managed to break through. So you've broken through its influence. It's only rolled a 5. It is behind a barrier, so its full influence is not out, but it did have the chance to completely overrun.
Honestly,
so good job.
I think I managed to cow it a little bit. It's like, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So
Wait a minute.
it's
I don't even
still
have a
staring
death
at you, but you've gone to do that. So Ross, what are you doing in the meantime? So
What do I have to do? I mean, what's the challenge now?
this will be for since you're okay, you can actually assist your coworker since you are all in communication with each other.
Okay.
You do have the base knowledge that the other force can be just possibly disrupted, or there's another chink that you did not see beforehand.
Okay, who needs help?
I need some help tuning into the frequency to the
Okay.
other force frequency.
How can I do that?
You would know that the transmitters around the base or base can be used for that. So, or actually, this will be just a general science roll on your
Okay.
part. That you can, if you do it, you can get a bonus on his next roll.
Okay.
Actually, I think I can know how I can help him out.
No.
Well, this will be Ross because you were facing your.
I only did a
one.
1 because I rolled terribly.
Okay, only just a 1.
Yeah.
All right, you don't know about that, but you may get a chance the next turn depending
Okay.
on what you have. So
Sorry.
So it was a chance. So, but you still it just negates your bonus. So you will have this chance. So you can go ahead and try one more time, or you can just attack because.
No, if I want to redeem medicine. God damn it! I'm not. I am the quantum mystic,
Okay.
and I am now out of fate points.
Wait, no. 2. Yep.
No,
What-
3.
3. Okay. So you don't see anything else yet, but I will say with that roll, you do see more. You actually are seeing through the quantum mysticism, your quantum mysticism ability, the energy flow that's going through it. So you realize that if you do, it may be more helpful if you do make direct contact with Edison, or at least the simulacron of Edison.
Okay.
How can you do that?
By
Jump on it and sink my claws into it.
through that direct connection, that
Okay.
might actually help. So,
Might not even
but it's going to get the
claws,
attack on
just
you, though.
kind of Rower.
It will get the attack on you, though, since
Yep.
this is taking in there. So
Give him a happy tiger hug.
they will both. They are acting as one, so this will only be one roll. So it will be a resist or athletics to get out of the way of 5.
Oh, now I roll more than 1. Of course, I rolled a 6.
Okay, good job. You got it. You dodged out of the way, and you'll have the next turn. All right, Tom.
Get the pesticide. I know. It's like,
Well, you already got it.
Yeah, you got it. So
Haul
all
it back, I guess.
or
All ass.
Throw it.
or throw it. I'm
Yeah.
going to throw it.
just to throw it. All right. So
you
you're
have
trying
super
to.
strength. So.
Essentially, like just kind of bang the top off so it's ready
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, this is a glass bottle, so you can just shatter it and let it
Okay.
fly.
The old-timey pesticide.
So
Poison. It's like poison with an E.
yeah.
No, actually, it just says DDT.
It's literally just a
DDT
skull and crossbones.
DDT wasn't developed until the 50s, I believe.
Yeah, DDT is super safe, guys.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, this was to be combat since you're throwing it.
Athletics to throw it.
I'm gonna say combat since you're trying to hit him. So
Okay.
What would be physique, really?
Physique,
Yeah.
which is exactly the same.
Okay.
well, physique would be more resisting though.
Yeah.
That is a 6.
Okay.
I have an awesome. Actually, I'm sorry, 8
Yeah.
because it's I have
All right.
super
It sees
stunned
it
for
sees
that.
it sees something being thrown out of it, so it will get one shot to try to move out of its way. and it fails that.
Okay.
So they are hit, and the effects are almost immediate. That it seems to freeze in place.
Nice.
So, and it's having a hard time moving as parts of it are starting to convulse around. So that has taken in turn. So
Welcome to the farm, my friend.
Let me tend to my garden.
all right.
That's not badass at all.
So you'll have, and I will actually say make one more
You're
roll
in
for
for an
biology.
ass forking.
It is a case of deja
Yeah.
vu.
Yeah.
6.
6. All right. You know that you'll have 2 turns before the effects of the pesticides wear off.
Let's get ready to hack people!
Right.
So
For all things, there's a season.
A time to sow and a time to reap.
So, all right.
Don't fear the Reaper.
Harvest time.
All right, now we're just riffing. It's not even.
Yeah. So, all right. So we have Dan. This will be up to you.
This is
for
our
this.
TACnet conversation.
Wait, can I do my next?
Yes, you can actually do one more time roll. So,
God damn, motherfucker.
Actually, I've got one. If we're trying to help him out, if he said he's trying to figure out the otic frequency,
Yeah. What is the codec?
well, this is just giving him a bonus, and this was only Ross being able to do this because he's already prepared. You're set up because you have to wait. So, and also it's the part resisting here. So,
3.
well, beforehand, before you make your roll, that's what I said. You realize that the physical contact would actually help. So this will be a 2-part on you unless they get attacked. 1, to get an attack on it, essentially to grapple him, which I would say this will be physique.
Okay.
And once you have that physical connection, if you do it successfully, that will give you a +2 to your next to the mysticism roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your physique attack to try to grapple.
2.
2. Okay.
It will still. I am not
All right.
goofy.
It will still be a resisted.
Okay.
So. All right. So it takes. All right. Yeah. It manages to slink out of the way.
Okay.
So, and they will go ahead and make your pincer. A pincer attack. So,
Okay.
or if you want to try the mysticism without it. So this is just something that would give you the bonus.
Yep. Let's
All right.
try that again.
All right.
3.
Yeah.
3. All right.
Always 3.
All right. Okay. So it will go ahead and make its attack, and this one will go ahead and go at a 4. So
What am I
For
rolling?
initiative?
no, it's just attacking. So
So it hit him for 4.
it hit you for 4. So
Oh, it just hits for 4?
4.
Well, no, you can make a physique check or an athletics check to negate it.
Although I will say, if you it's like remember, if you're looking for that connection, you can choose to try to tank that and force the physical connection, and then get that the
I'll
next
use
turn.
physique to try to soak it.
Okay.
3.
So you absorb 3 points of damage, and then your armor would absorb the rest.
Yep.
All right. So you have the connection. So this will wrap that up, and you can make this next. You can go ahead and make it, and to get the +2.
Are we happy now?
Do we have it?
4 plus 2, 6.
There we go.
All right.
So are we doing this at the
Damn.
same time?
Yeah,
So,
apparently.
but yeah, you make it. But yeah, you managed to at least resonate your own biofrequencies with the Odic force, and you hear a very somehow hear a very enraged Thomas Edison just screaming to have this thing removed from his body.
Would love to help you, champ, but we gotta shut this machine down first. What can you do?
So, God, what the hell are you?
I am the
The
person
good guy.
that's trying to save you from Alan again, but I haven't done it yet. for the first time.
Program. I will not be taken by a robot.
No, you will not today, sir. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I have had some exposure to the Odic Force, and so I have manipulated it some in the past. I would like your help on how to essentially turn it back on Alan and disrupt his connection to you.
Wait, let me think. And you kind of feel, as you're doing it, you're on him, but it almost feels like the tendrils are starting to enter into you, which is a little bit painful and weird. So,
I've worked with Shenka before. Meh.
which, I would say, do you have any fate points left?
Nope, I spent them all to re-roll the same thing over and over again.
It is still a little bit weird, but I'm going to say if you take 1 mental stress and invoke, and I will compel still a Biomega Cad.
Yep.
You will gain that fate point back.
Yep.
So,
Did it.
So you freaked out, but you're kind of working with it. You do have resonance with it. Resonance I can use, and you almost feel dizzy as it seems like it's pulling your own energy through you. But as you do it, the Edison construct does it, he pushes away and suddenly turns on the Allen one, and they start fighting each other. The ones that you're seeing, Tom, almost try to do that, but they're of course unable to almost budge against the pesticides. They're still holding them.
Faces frozen in hate.
So
it is like I've seen paintings like that.
all right, so you are now free to be able to do that's like shut down all 4 nodes together.
Prepare for shutdown.
Now to appropriately do this, this has got to be a combined of 12.
Okay, so we just all... Okay.
What are we rolling?
This will be your general. This will be all your sciences. So,
Just general science.
So actually, I would say everyone specifically can use their specialties because this is a combination of physics, quantum mechanics, and engineering, and biology.
Don't worry, Dan. We got your back.
Yeah.
I got 5.
So,
7.
I got 6.
Yeah.
7.
So 11, 18...
1. No, 2.
20.
You're at least
20.
in the
We
positive.
got 20.
So yeah.
We beat it by 8.
You could have done it without you.
So exactly. So
Scratch.
Yeah.
So you managed to go through. You managed to place yourselves at Theater 1. Tesla notifies you. This is through the radio. This has to be pulled in precise order, or else this it's like we risk destroying the world.
Oh god, it's the fucking Pexis Crystal Dailies from Burning Crusade.
No. But as you do, you pull it out in sequence, and Tesla thanks all of you and wishes you to hopefully that we all live through this. And that's the last thing you remember as
We die.
just a wave of light, and what you Fluffy feel is just pure odic force waves over, and. You actually, Ross, you were the last one to feel this. Since you were actually directly connected over to Alan.
Yeah.
You feel him. It feels like he's slipping away part of his intellect, piece by piece by piece by piece, until you hear just one other voice.
Daisy Bell.
Not over. Next program initiate, and it fades.
Of course.
Daisy, give me your answer, dude.
So, but everybody else, go ahead and roll physique to see who wakes up first.
Not me.
Not I, said the cat.
Not me.
Probably me.
Balls.
Yeah.
That's a 7 for me.
Okay.
I only beat him. I only because I rolled 8.
But just say you'll be staring with his eyes bloodshot over. I don't sleep. I'm so mad.
I got a 2.
2, all right.
You're getting a much needed fluffy
Yeah.
nap.
I got a 1.
So
I got a rock.
8, all right. So Tom and Dan and David are the first ones to wake up. You see, you're not in the field anymore. You're not around any of the generators.
hell.
Yeah.
Robot hell.
Yeah.
Wait, but we're alive.
But you actually feel that you're moving, and as your vision starts to correct itself, you see that you're on a Tesladyne helijet. So it is they're around. It's one of the larger ones, and I'll say, David, you hear a familiar voice. About time you guys woke up.
Is that Robo?
No, it's Jenkins.
Oh.
It's like, guten Tag, Abend, Nacht.
Yes, you're German. We know that.
I'm trying to determine what time it is.
Look
Jeez.
out the window.
You're unconscious. Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
You suck at being unconscious.
Oi, there's sunlight out there.
Oi.
Or
Well, you
moonlight.
can't see. You can't really see from the window because the cockpit is blocked off.
This is why I was
you're part
saying.
of it. It's like you're in the cargo area, but it has been set up into a med bay. You see that all.
Check my watch.
Yeah.
It's busted.
No, it's still working.
No, it's probably busted. We went back in time and forward in time. And
Yeah, it is not synced up at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, what does your cell phone say?
Well,
tilt.
So,
anyway. Go on.
but you have. It's like, but you see That's like, you see, at the other, you two wake up as well. You see Jenkins. We're surprised we found your transmitter signals. We thought you had been lost after whatever that blast was out off the coast of Iceland.
Nah,
the Odic Bay.
We saved the day.
Yeah, we did. I pat myself for my cell phone. Is it?
You don't feel it.
Did you recover my gear, Jenkins?
Only what you had on you. So, but most of it was waterlogged. We've been trying to dry it out.
The SIM card could still be intact. So.
Yes. Can I look at my phone?
We didn't find your phone.
No, you left it with Tesla so he could hack the thing.
So that's all these lazy bums awake now.
Yeah.
And that voice you recognize is Robo.
Hey, Robo.
Hey,
Yeah, this come out. They've just come out.
Is of course inevitably my lab coat's all ripped to shreds and everything.
Yeah.
Hey Jenkins, you mind giving us a minute?
Yeah.
Of course, boss. Walks out.
I don't know.
So, looks like you boys have been on a trip that I've only been on before.
Wait, you know about the time travel? Or
You went to Disney World too? Please tell me you had fun in the teacups.
Wait, did Tesla leave a letter about this? Did he tell you about this?
Well, more or
Is
less.
that why you hired a Nazi dinosaur? Because you knew. Him.
So,
do you know any other?
Yeah.
Oh, there is Dr.
No, I've
Dinosaur.
known.
But I
I've
don't
known
think
a
he's
couple.
a Nazi.
No, I have known about this for a while. I just didn't know when it would come, and unfortunately, I was in an offline repair mode when Alan decided to take his coup. I'm surprised he managed to take the techno-organic route.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
sucks for
which
him.
you were right, and I'm sorry. But no, I actually knew this particular day was coming. Just didn't think I'd be whammied out for it. And he places your cell phone down. Now.
Yeah.
Saying this, if you get this back, you are disavowing any knowledge of going back in time because we don't want paradox, do we?
But
Mr.
Do we?
no, we don't.
Okay, on that note, I'm glad you had a fun trip. Thanks for saving us.
Yeah.
know,
I look at the
Mr.
phone,
Robo,
photos
the one
of
thing
media.
that I do have to point out,
Yeah.
since I don't have any pictures or artifacts of the trip, I can speak about it absolutely freely because everybody knows that I am barking mad.
Is
And
the photo
who
there?
would ever believe a word of it?
It's like it is in there. Although you have, it's like again, there is a specific thing that it is locked to the phone. If it's actually, you see, it's programmed in. If it actually is ever sent out, it will self-destruct and also start. And also, will be signing a waiver of any of your rights,
Yeah.
legal rights. And an immediate termination from Tesladyne.
Damn, this is the ultimate selfie.
And
I want the selfie
and you
Olympics
can't
for-
show it to anybody.
Except us.
Yeah, see?
So
It's like I was in the picture.
You are!
Yeah, it's like we're all in the picture, and it's even got David shooting a death
Wait.
ray into the sky.
I'm feeling what am I feeling? I'm
Oh
feeling
my god, your emotion ship. Your emotion ship.
No, wait a minute. I've been human the entire time! You assholes, why didn't you tell me?
and the sedative goes in. So,
Andy, I've been telling you that for years. You just never listened.
but that is the end for the Shadow of Alan. Questions, comments, suggestions.
I really like that structure, that idea of him knowing there was time lock, the whole time travel aspect to it. And certainly our relationships with each other's characters are really fun. And this set
My
piece,
animal
especially,
rage.
I think my favorite chapter was the Science Island, the Japanese one.
Yeah, that's kind of where everything was spawned from, too.
Yeah.
I just kind of... But I wanted to make sure that Alan was on the basis. But, of course, this is leaving in time travel. I had to do that. Plus,
Sure.
Also giving the two ones kind of in... logically how time travel could work in reality, where there's 2 points of you have to go with somebody else's timeline, kind of a quantum leap one. So the whole plan essentially that came up is that in the comic, if you've read the Ghost of Station X, Alan is at least supposed to have survived in this techno-organic leap, which is why I went through everything. But his main plan, he knew he could never really take over Robo because that's fighting a consciousness that's almost equal to his in a way. And the thought was to go back in time and possibly either supplant him or do this, but of course he figured his actions would almost lead to the similar fate. So, but then of course getting on to when he was making his plans, he learned of the extra-dimensional aliens and realized that if he could actually upgrade to a biological body and somehow attract them, which I made up the Odic Force putting them in because I wanted to put an undead Edison in, that he could ascend to a higher level of existence and still attain his goals without worrying about humanity as he normally does, because he's just that being of pure logic. So,
what were your guys' favorite parts of the campaign?
Well,
right,
I do have to say, slightly bummed that I didn't get to prove to Tesla that I knew who he was by saying you originally wanted to be a poet, but when you were petting your pet cat and you got a shock of electricity, that's what inspired you to become the master of electricity that you are today. You are celibate by choice, but the love of your life is one of the thousands upon thousands of pigeons you feed because you're a kind-hearted animal lover. She is stark white. She has gray tips to her wings, and she is always there when you throw down food. You don't know how, but you're absolutely certain that pigeon is following you.
And you're kind of a racist.
And the reason why I know this information
it was the 20s. It was
is because of what
Finding someone in the 20s that wasn't a racist, Aaron, honestly.
Helen Keller?
But the reason why I know this information
She's pretty progressive, but anyway.
is through one of two things, Mr. Tesla.
Exactly.
I've either read your memoirs after your death, or one of your closest compatriots has betrayed you. Which of those two scenarios do you want
or
to
I
be
swallowed your brain.
Do you want to be true?
And that's fine. And although that was an interesting route to go, although that would have made the FBI agents probably a little bit more edgy, cagey, though, if you decided to do that.
So
You work for the fucking Russians.
I think it's just I think it's just me. My favorite part was just the constant back and forth of it's like you must control your animalistic rage. Like, I must do that. My uncontrolled animal rage.
And how many times did I go unconscious because I was here, drink this. You didn't put a sedative in it. 9. Okay. I put 9 in there. Oh, dang.
or also the using me as a anti-austerity measure.
Oh, yeah. All right, that was really good. Dan, what about you? What was your favorite one?
I liked how all the PCs interacted with each other. I felt that we
had a good group date.
It's definitely this is the setting and everything sort of emphasized a good character focused, not totally character. Obviously, it's a big plot, but yeah. And
I feel like it got just a little bit muddy, but also that's because we had long spaces in between. So.
Well, I mean, the money thing, like, I think all the missions up until this last one were pretty concrete. Like, do a thing, do this. But like, when you're doing with this, I speak this because I'm really guilty about this doing my campaign finales of like, here's a New York Arcadia Traps of Tokyo shit like that, where like, do the MacGuffin to the MacGuffin with the other reverse MacGuffin, and so that's. And with something like Atomic Robo, that is...
It's MacGuffin City. So.
Well, yeah, it's just... That's why you have to focus on paring it down, make it, like, into concrete objectives.
Because at the end there, I felt like this was like an adventure game. Like, I'm rubbing items on everything.
Like, not quite Roberta Williams' dream logic, But yeah. Did you have anything else, Dan? Sorry.
No, it's just the... Like, I really enjoyed playing it because I really need more experience to play Fate. Yeah. I felt that I was at a disadvantage because I have not read anything about Atomic Robo.
I was trying to, and I do apologize because I was trying to at least parse it away where it didn't rely that heavily on the narrative from the comics, and because most of except for Alan. The main players and except the specific groups which I explained from the book, I wasn't pulling from any particular storyline too, because this was all original.
No, you weren't at a disadvantage.
Like, see, I've never read Atomic Robo, but I have read Girl Genius, so I basically
it's very similar in a lot of ways.
Tried to go for making Malevolent into a spark.
Yeah, that's.
I am still absolutely, positively convinced that Hawking is behind this somehow. Well, he's behind everything.
So I do actually.
Hawking!
Yeah, I mean, we should revisit these characters at some point.
Oh yeah,
with a one shot or something like that. So
I'd be happy to, but no, because it was a lot of fun too, especially since
I could write it too. You could play, so
because eventually this was just a larger idea that ended up spawning out of just. Sure. The one because I thought because when I bought Atomic Robo I saw they have Big Science 5. I have to play. I have to do a game with them because that's Super Sentai and Power Rangers and I have to play around with that toy. And I did. So, and I'm glad you all enjoyed that too.
And if I was doing an Atomic Robo campaign, there would be like a 98% chance I would have used Alan as well.
No, he's easily my favorite villain of the entire
Although
series.
I would have put in Lovecraft. I can't believe you had a chance to have me meet Lovecraft in a game.
I know.
And you didn't. You missed that. You chose not.
But he did almost turn Alan into Nyarlathotep.
Or Cthulhu. Yeah.
That was the apology that Alan was about to become a great old one in the Atomic Robo universe.
The listeners are gonna just Anyway.
Well, when this comes out in 2 years, so.
Well, 3. Well, with that, wait, we gotta get over
Patreon. The Patreon backers will get it first.
We have to go right now and stop talking about games. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening. Bye.